and we are live here on YouTube for the Food City 500 Concrete Bristol returns. And yeah, we're actually live a little earlier than we usually are. Usually we go right at the same time the TV broadcast starts, but figured we could pop on a little bit earlier. Figure we could hang out and chat about the race. Also, I've been watching a little bit of pre-race, and man, is it empty. I mean, as I've also been talking with a friend of mine at the who's at the track today, and yeah, it is not full whatsoever. So there we go, got that all set, and we are ready to go. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling here. How's everybody's day going? We're all sitting down, getting ready for some NASCAR Cup Series action. We got 500 laps here. They're hyping up some NASCAR Xfinity Series race on the TV broadcast. It's NASCAR America for the next 15 minutes before they actually throw it to the guys in the booth and the guys at the track. But, yep, 5 p.m. next Saturday. You've got the... You got the Circuit of the Americas race. It'll be a double header for SVG. He'll be racing both the Xfinity and the Cup race in the same weekend. I believe it's the first time he will have actually done a double duty in NASCAR. Aside from, I guess, if you want to count what little he did run of the ARCA race and the Xfinity race at Daytona. But beyond that, those are the only two times that we've actually seen that we've actually seen drivers, multiple drivers, or him run multiple races in one weekend. There we go, that's what I was trying to say. But, yeah, here we go. So, yep, we got a bit of a pre-race poll. Which of the four drivers out that I listed outside the top 25 in points will have the best finish today? Threw in four drivers who all started pretty well, who happened to meet that category of being outside that top, outside the top 25 in points. Obviously, Joey Logano, I think, is the obvious answer, but Josh Berry actually out-qualified Joey in qualifying. Then you've got, who else did I put on the list? Zane Smith and Noah Gragson. You got Noah Gragson, who qualified, I believe, he qualified, where did he qualify? Thought I qualified well. Let me see. So Zane Smith in 16th, and then Noah Gragson was, did he really not qualify well? I thought he... Okay, he qualified 22nd, so not quite as good, but I needed to put a fourth one in. Also, I've already gone and checked in, but if you guys have not already, go ahead and check in, get your NASCAR fan reward points. Not sponsored, but hey, if you guys can go ahead and get yourself some free points towards NASCAR stuff, go right ahead and say you can redeem them towards either autographed diecast, potential race tickets, or other fun prizes. So, say go ahead and collect up what you guys can. Not sure what I'm gonna end up using my stockpile for, but. Let me see. What is my point total? I am up to 1365 on my point total. You know what? Let's play a fun game. Let's see what I can actually get with the points I got here. Alright, let's see. Reward catalog. Okay, my phone doesn't like the reward catalog. Let's go ahead and do this on the computer then. Just for the fun of it, we're going to see... Also, rewards catalog. Just curious to see what all I can afford at this point with the points I've already earned. And your points do expire at the end of the season, so make sure that whatever points you do use, you go and actually use them at the end of the season to try and maintain it. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see. I could get a NASCAR lunchbox, an umbrella. Actually, that could have actually been useful today. I have enough points for a NASCAR branded duffel bag or computer backpack, and I'm also close to having enough points for a NASCAR beach blanket. And then the point stuff goes way out the water with the autographed hats and stuff, where you need like 7,500 points for that. Then the pair of race ticket. So you can get a pair of race tickets for 2,500 points. I almost have enough points for race tickets, but I don't have enough for an autographed hat. Come on. Race tickets is obviously the value there. I don't know what they are doing with the value on this thing, but I mean, like, oh, okay, those are truck race tickets for 2,500. Okay, Xfinity Series is 300. I'm assuming the Cup ones are okay. Cup ones are 5,000 points. That's still great value. You can get that for less than the autographed hat, and hey, you know what? Bring a hat to the track, and maybe you can get it autographed yourself, apparently. At least that would be what I would consider some of the best value on the NASCAR Fan Rewards thing. I hadn't actually looked at the exact value on that, so yeah. And say, go ahead, grab your points, and start building them up. But yeah, we are all set. We got wow, we got like 7-8 people hanging out in here already. We got 13 votes on the stream. Looks like people think Josh Berry will have the best finish of the 4 drivers listed. Zane Smith getting some love. Joey Logano and Noah Gragson are considered equal. That is a strange thing to think about. And there we go. They got Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer down doing the grid walk. And yeah, here we go. We are all set and dialed in for the race. Let's see. Let's see. What about some of the other things? Because I know some of these things can get pretty expensive. Yep, there's the high value items. Let's see. Actually, I mean, say all the like special experience stuff is all 9,000 tickets, or 9,000 points, but which, fair enough. I mean, some of this stuff is really cool. Like getting to wave the green flag, get qualifying, potentially. Getting your photo in Victory Lane. I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Alright, there we go. Got that all done. It feels weird to kind of be this far ahead and kind of be settled into the point where I can pretty much just sit back and relax for now. But, say, any NASCAR topics you guys want to talk about while we're waiting for this race to get going? Again, we're just a little bit early compared to normal here. Oh, yeah, real quick. If you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, a quick reminder to get your lineup set. We do have a community fantasy league down. Link to join is down in the description. I believe there's about 15 minutes still to try and get your picks in for this weekend's race. That's getting ready to start. But yeah, I completely forgot to mention that yesterday during the stream while we had people in here. But we got people in here now, and hopefully you guys will go ahead and join in on that one. I got my picks in. And, oh, yep, they're showing the scary Michael Waltrip crash where the car just completely cut into bits. so here we go. So, about 12 minutes left until the command to start the engines, and let's go. Alright, we're just chilling out here. Alright, let's go check Twitter for some sort of NASCAR discussion to chime in on. Let's see. There's not much going on Twitter. Oh, there's a cat video. That is about 90% of what I want to see on Twitter is cat videos. Or other animal videos. Alright, oh, there we go. Got that all double checked. And, yeah, we were just chilling here. We got the top 10 on the screen, getting ready for the race, so. Yeah, we're just chilling here. We're getting ready for the race. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. Concrete Bristol's back. There wasn't really a great Concrete Bristol picture for the thumbnail for the of the cars during the day, so I had to go back a few years to the to one of my personal favorite Bristol day races, which was the 2018 battle between Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in that beautiful McDonald's car, and then Kyle Busch in one of my personal favorite schemes of his, the flat red Skittles car. Yeah, that was one of my favorite races to watch, even though had to watch most of it while pretending to work in class, because it was a school day, and they ran the race at, like, if I remember correctly, it was something like noonish. The race started on Sunday, but then it finished on Monday, so. Alright, here we go, we are ready for some racing. And looks like the TV should be switching over from NASCAR race day to the actual like race time slot stream. And again, we got about 10 minutes till the command to start the engine, so we got a little bit of time here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just see what's everybody's favorite races they've actually been to either in person or watched from home. And see if anyone has any good memories of that one. Anybody got a favorite race that they either went to in person or something like that? I still remember the first NASCAR race I ever went to was a spur-of-the-moment decision morning of to go out to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the 2019 running of that race. Sat in turn 4 because it was the cheapest seats available, and I was a high school kid at that point. I didn't have money. I didn't have a ton of money, so went and sat in the over there. All the action happened into turn 1 pretty much all day, which was a little disappointing until the final lap where Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick came crashing through through turn 4, beating and banging all the way to the checkered. And Denny Hamlin won that race. I didn't actually, I also remember I didn't see a duplicate winner for a long time. And I think Kyle Busch was technically the first time I ever saw a duplicate winner, because I saw him win, what was it? I know I saw him win Pocono, one of the Pocono doubleheader races, back when his clutch broke in 2021. What was the other race I'd seen him win before that? Trying to remember what race it was that I saw him win in person. Wasn't he didn't win a Bristol race while I was there. Oh no, sorry, that was the first race I saw kylebusch win, and then the following year I watched him win Bristol Dirt. In 2022, so that was the other race where I saw kylebusch win. But yeah, the different winners I've seen win, it bodes well for a new winner whenever I'm at the track, pretty much it seems like. Or at least a new winner for me to see. But yeah, in terms of favorite races I've watched from home, I'd have to probably say the 2021 Daytona 500, just from the way that that race happened late into the night. You know, watching Joey Logano and Keselowski talking with my buddy Patrick on the phone. His TV was ahead of mine apparently. He says that, oh yeah, the two leaders crashed. Michael McDowell makes it through, and it's like, dude, you're just trying to get my hopes up. Then I saw it. He did not get my hopes up. He was not lying there, and I was excited. Still probably, yeah, I'd say that one probably my favorite race I've watched from home. Although, last year's Daytona 500 was pretty good, too. Getting to watch Ricky Stenhouse Jr. go to victory lane in that one. Still waiting for a Kyle Busch Daytona 500 win. Let's see. What are some of the other great races that I've gotten to see? I mean, Atlanta a couple weeks ago was a pretty good one. I'm trying to think of some from a little bit further back. Like, I mean, the pandemic races were all really strange to be able to watch and seeing absolutely nobody in the grandstands. I mean, when was the next time we were going to see that? Oh, wait, we're going to see it today because there's almost nobody out there in the grandstands. So, yep, here we go. Hey, Kenneth, how's it going? So, there we go. We are all checked in. They've done the national anthem, and now we are getting ready for the, drivers are going to climb into the cars, and we should have the command to start the engines here as soon as they get back from commercial break. So, there we go. And yeah, we are all chilling out here. But yeah, I keep checking Twitter to see if there's any discussions there, because every once in a while I'll come across a fun thread to read through, either to see how dumb it gets or how actually interesting it gets sometimes. Oh, Justin Haley became the first, was the first driver to the Cup Series drivers meeting the last 2 weeks in a row. Apparently. Alright, let's see. But yeah, I will say I'm a little bit bummed to not see the dirt here today. Chase Elliott and William Byron got a lot of boos during driver introductions. Just kind of reading through some stuff from people at the track. Like, since when does Chase Elliott get booed at a racetrack? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but seriously, I don't remember the last time I ever heard that one. Let's see. There's got to be some good discussions here somewhere, right? Seen a lot of animal videos, which is usually a pretty good one. Yep, Spring Bristol pretty well empty, which is definitely a concern with how. As I know everybody clamored for Bristol to get the concrete back, but as I say, the fans have got to show up if you want to keep concrete Bristol in the spring. I mean, I still think the dirt should have been given another year or two, because honestly, the dirt race was actually getting pretty good by the end of it. The Bristol dirt race was actually one of my favorite races last year to sit here and watch. That was another great one from last year. But, yeah. So, here we go. So, they're getting ready. Actually, you know what? I will say, it is definitely not great attendance-wise. I can actually see people. I mean, that's better than it was. I mean, I know, obviously, during pre-race, not everybody's gonna be into their seats at that point, but the crowd's actually a little bit better than it looked earlier. But, yeah, so here we go. Let's see. So, yeah, we're just chilling out here. Again, we're about 5 to 6 minutes away from the command to start the engine, so we are getting close to the start of Spring Bristol. And again, the fact that the concrete's back, I'm curious to see what this thing races like, especially where the teams haven't seen this this version of Bristol during the day in years at this point. So there we go. But yeah, we are. Let's see. Again, like, the biggest thing giving me concern is having watched qualifying and watching how badly everybody kind of slipped on that second lap. Makes me a little bit worried for what a potential green flag run could end up looking like as they get ready to start the engines here. Yeah, my buddy Eli is at the track today. He's saying that this is apparently the worst Bristol crowd he's ever seen, which I don't know. I mean, granted, I haven't been to. I can't say I've been to a ton of Bristol races. I've been to like 5, but and I gotta say, definitely. And actually, now that I think about it, 2 of those 5 have been significantly weather impacted because 2022 and 2021, it was a very soggy race. For the for 2021, it was just a soggy not race because we didn't run the race. Here we go. You got Richard Petty, you got Richard Childers Racing, Kyle Petty, and Joe Gibbs giving the command to start the engines. So there we go. You got 2 Pettys and not an Earnhardt. You got a Richard Childress and you got a Joe Gibbs. So 3 team owners and whatever you count Kyle Petty as. Could also say 3 legends of the sport and whatever you count Kyle Petty as, because I don't count him as that either. So there we go. Engines are fired and we are ready to go racing here. We got 125 laps in stage 1, 125 in stage 2. And then the final 250 to the checkered flag. Should be a good one. But, yeah, here we go. But yeah, I'm still not convinced that the dirt necessarily had to go, but it's one of those things where experiment with what you can, and if it doesn't work, if the concrete is not great, we can go back to dirt, hopefully. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this, but say yeah, the you got Stuart Friesen and Nick Sanchez got into a fight after the truck race after we turned off the stream last night. You had those two drivers getting into a bit of a scuffle there on pit road, which only the second time Nick Sanchez has been in a fight in the last like 9 races, because he got punched by Matt Crafton at at Talladega last year. Hey LTX, how's it going? Hope this race is good. I hope so too. I'm not as again. I've been on the side of Bristol dirt for a while, but regardless, I don't want to see Bristol lose a date. Although if it ends up being the way to get North Wilkesboro a point state and get the All-Star race maybe back to Charlotte, I wouldn't be completely opposed to that idea, but I mean the crowd has shown up, I think. Again, certainly not the best crowd I've ever seen, but here we go. Let's see. So they're going through the 4 winners of the season so far. Alright, you're doing good. Nice to see that. Cars are rolling on track. They got points leader Ryan Blaney starting on the pole position here tonight. Well, I say tonight. It's only the afternoon, but we're getting ready for this one. Best Bristol finish for Blaney. He's gotten inside the top 5 on 2 different occasions, finishing 4th in both of those. Speaking of 4th, the 4 cars on his outside as they are stopping. I'm assuming this is to give the second pack time to get off pit road here. So there we go. No, yeah, we are chilling here, and should be a good race. Bristol Concrete almost always provides good racing, so they're doing the starting lineup, so we'll go ahead and read through as many of the starting lineup as well as we can. So you got Blaney and Berry on the front row, as we talked about. Then you got Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano sharing row 2. Row 3 will be held by the 2 chasers. Elliott and Briscoe will share row 3. Row 4 is McDowell and William Byron. And then rounding out row number 5 is Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson sharing row number 5. Let's see. Row 6 will be Martin Truex Jr. and Christopher Bell, the Joe Gibbs teammates, lock out row 6. Row 7 is Harrison Burton and Kyle Busch. Kyle's going to have to come from deeper than he did in the truck race last night. But the truck race, he looked competitive, especially right at the end. If he had one more lap, Kyle Busch wins that thing. Then you got Eric Jones and Zane Smith making up row number 8. Row 9, Brad Keselowski and Corey LaJoie make up that row. And then you've got Ty Gibbs and Daniel Hemrick rounding out the top half of the field for row number 10. Row 11 is Austin Cindric and Noah Gragson. Row 12, you've got Tyler Reddick and Todd Gilliland lined up in that one. Then you've got Ryan Preece and John Hunter Nemechek lined up 25th and 26th in row 13. Stenhouse and Suarez will make up row 14. And rounding out your first 15 rows, it's Alex Bowman and A.J. Allmendinger rounding out the top 30 starters. Austin Dillon and Justin Haley in row 16. Row 17 is going to be Kaz Gralla and the number 17 of Chris Buescher. And then rounding out the 18th and final row of today's race, you've got Carson Hocevar and Ross Chastain as they get ready to start. Chastain is going to have to come from deep in the field today if he wants to win this race. But there we go. We are all lined up and ready for this one. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am, because I am ready for this one. Ty Gibbs coming off a career best finish at Phoenix last week as they go down and they're doing the pass-through on pit road to get the pit road speedometers all set correctly here. And the pre-race poll is starting to swing even more in Gragson's favor. So you got Barry still the leader in that one. You got Gragson, though, taking over a more convincing second place over Joey Logano, which is a little bit comical to see Joey Logano being third on that list when I thought when I put him on the list, I thought he was pretty much the clear favorite, and he was kind of the one that inspired the list. And so the fact that he and Barry both fit into that category all the way at the bottom. But, yeah. Kind of surprised to see, I guess, Noah Gragson's got some supporters, especially at this track. I know my dad's a fan of his. But, here we go. Let's see. So they're showing the tow link and what happens when it breaks and how they have to go ahead and fix the car. Alright, so yeah, there we go. We're all set and ready for this one. Lights are still on the pace car, so we got still a couple of laps before we go green, but I'm going to go ahead and end the pre-race poll, and we should be ready for this one. And there we go. Looks like the entire field gathering up behind the main pace car here, and we should be ready. Let's go ahead and get the stage 1 poll up here. Who will win stage 1? Ryan Blaney. And here we go. Again, we should be getting ready for this one momentarily. Alright, so there's the poll. Go ahead and put up who you guys think is going to have the best finish in this stage. Alright, so there we go. Field is grouped up behind the pace car. Lights are off on the pace car, and we should be going green this time by. Just waiting for the pace car to go ahead and get its commitment line violation. Commitment line violation, pace car. Pace car's got to come in and do a 2-lap pass-through. Here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing here on the concrete at Bristol. The concrete is back. And here we go. The Team Penske drivers able to find each other and find the front of the field. Although, here we go. Josh Berry to the bottom of the racetrack. Berry gonna try and be aggressive here with Ryan Blaney. And say, for the first part of the race, I'm expecting the bottom with that resin is going to be the preferred line, but we'll have to wait and see. But here we go. Let's see. And I believe Josh Berry led that first lap, if I'm not mistaken here. So there we go. They are really close here, and they are just logging laps. Hard to believe they are already 4 laps in already. It's just incredible to see them going around such a short track. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. And there we go. Josh Berry has cleared Ryan Blaney for the lead of this race. And here comes Briscoe. So, Chase Briscoe also joining himself into the top 3 here. So, that's 2 Stewart-Haas cars and 1 Penske now, as opposed to 2 Penskes and 1 Stewart-Haas car. And now Joey Logano's on the outside, and he's going to keep falling back here. Hamlin passes him. Now it's Elliott. Now you got McDowell trying to get by Logano as well. Potentially McDowell could be a driver that might be willing to help him get in line, but no, it does not look like it. So it won't be Michael McDowell giving Joey Logano a chance to try and get back into the inside line here. Got an onboard view from Bell's car here. He's side by side with the 24 right now. But yeah, Joey Logano finally falls into line. There we go. He finds a spot in front of Kyle Larson, able to finally find a spot to stop the fall. So he free falls all the way to 9th place from what was 3rd spot. So that's a long way to fall, but it's certainly not insurmountable here. Alright, so here we go. 33 years old for a NASCAR Cup Series rookie. It definitely feels weird to think of a Cup Series rookie being 33. It's definitely off compared to the standard, but maybe that extra time before they come to Cup is what some of the rookies need, because we've had some underwhelming first seasons in NASCAR the last couple of years. And or we've had drivers who have made a splash that first year and then just disappear afterwards, like what's his name, Austin Cindric there. He had a great rookie year and then just fell off like a rock last year. And there we go. Chris Buescher already putting the bumper to the back of the 10 car as the 10 car continues to drift further and further back, I believe. Yeah, where is Buescher currently running? Because he started quite a ways back here. Keselowski was one I put a little bit of stock in, considering the way he was racing this thing. And the way that the races have gone in the last couple of years. Alright, let's go ahead and see what the... Alright, I'm in 7th right now, not terrible. So I'm only like 30 points off the lead in the NASCAR fantasy game. Alright, let's see. So yeah, right now you got Briscoe and Bubba fighting it out for position, for that final spot inside the top 5. They're fighting it out for 5th here. Briscoe, I think, smartly gives up the spot to try and avoid everybody else kind of gathering up behind them and freight training them. He didn't want to be in the same position that Joe Logano found himself in, although Logano's continuing his free fall here. He managed to stop the bleeding in front of Larson, but then now he's gotten passed by both Larson and Keselowski. Alright, let's see. We got Denny Hamlin up to 2nd here. Hamlin's been making some, has been just moving his way towards the front here. But yeah, here we go. 3 wins at Bristol, and I was at one of them back in 2019 when he denied Matt Benedetto his first career win. Oh, and we got the 24 of William Byron up the track, and we got a yellow flag flying. What's the yellow for? I'm assuming it's for Byron. So wait and see, but oh yeah, that's a lot of debris hanging off the back of the 24 car here. Alright, here we go. So, yep, there we go. Caution flag flies. I'm assuming a bit of that ended up on the track, and they wanted to play it safe here. Alright, so yeah, right now we're under caution flag here. 24 laps in and the 24 cars on pit road. I'm gonna go use the bathroom and I will be right back, guys. Alright, here we go. We're back and we didn't even go to a commercial break. Wow, I thought NASCAR would for sure take this opportunity to jump to a commercial break. And here we go. Pit road is open and everybody's coming down pit road. Everybody. 25 laps on the tires. They want to evaluate, see what they got. So remember that is a quick reminder for those of you guys who don't know how pit road works at Bristol. Under caution, everybody enters in turn 2 and will have to make the entire distance of pit road. Now, during a green flag stop, you would only have to go down. Could enter and exit on whichever straightaway your pit stall resides on. But during a yellow flag stop like this, where everybody's coming down, it's a lot easier if everybody just enters and exits in the same spot. Versus having to remember that, oh yeah, the guy on my inside is exiting pit road right now and could potentially just wipe you out trying to re-enter the track. And there we go. Barry over Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott, the top 3 off pit road. That seems like a strange combination, but there we go. That's headache. Are you talking about trying to remember how pit road works? Because yeah, the pit road procedure at Bristol is definitely a weird one, but I mean it makes sense. Mostly the reason for why it's different is to try and avoid making green flag pit stops a complete death knell. If everybody enters pit road on and had to run the entire distance of pit road under green flag, you would never see anybody ever attempt a green flag stop if they could at all avoid it, because there's just way too much time spent on pit road there. I mean, it's kind of the same problem that the New Atlanta had when they added the extended pit road rules, where you have to start your pit road speed so much earlier. Like when pit road is that much of the track, and especially at a fast track like Bristol, because I guess the comparison would be what they have at Martinsville, where everybody always enters it in and out on the same straightaway. The counterpoint there would be the fact that Martinsville is significantly slower. At Bristol, even if you just do one half of the pit road, you're going to lose like 3-4 laps minimum. And that's just if you pass through on the pit road at pit road speed. If you actually stop and get service, you're easily losing a ton of laps. Versus if you had to go and do the full distance every time, you would lose like you'd be like 10 laps down on every green flag stop, and that could be disastrous if you get a yellow in the middle of green flag stops. Although NASCAR's been trying to help with the green flag stops like that, where they decide to just, we'll not throw the caution until then. Tyler Reddick becomes the only driver to stay out, it looks like, as because we saw the race off pit road for Barry, Bubba Wallace, Martin Truex Jr. even making some gains there. Michael McDowell up into 6th place. Denny Hamlin back to 7th. Ty Gibbs 8th. Alright, so yeah. And here we go. We are getting ready to head back to green flag racing. Green. Back to racing, and let's see. Reddick able to clear coming off turn 2, no real problem. His teammate in the 23 in behind him, they're both oh no, Reddick opts to stay out on staying out on the old tires, and it costs him as he goes for a spin, and he's got some front end damage now. Not sure who else all got dinged in that. You got multiple Spire cars driving away from the incident. Not sure if they were involved or just slowed to try and avoid it. There's the 71 got a decent chunk of it. So there's Zane Smith with a chunk of it, and that's what happens when the leader loses the car. Say Michael McDowell may have gotten a piece of it. Let's see, who else might have gotten a piece of something. So there we go. And so more cars just wrecked in the back. You had all 3 Spire cars actually collected each other there, along with Daniel Hemrick in the 31. Kind of ironic to see all those drivers colliding together, but yep, here we go. We got our commercial break, and man, that's just a bummer for Tyler Reddick. Tried to play a strategy, and ultimately just it bit him really badly. Alright, here we go. All settled in. We got 10 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's hanging out and saying hi. Oh, missed a call from Patwick. Okay, let's go ahead and see how he is. Oh, uh-oh. Alright, let's see. What's everybody saying? So it sounds like on the in-car radio, it sounds like there's a debate as to whether or not Bubba wrecked him. I mean, there was nothing Larson really could have done there. I'm gonna say nothing Bubba. Got that. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. Just chilling out. Got an Astros commercial. Looks like Astros Yankees. So it looks like most of the votes say that Ryan Blaney is going to win this stage. That is going to be a bit of a surprise there. we go. Saturday, March 30th is the start of the USFL versus XFL weekend, or whatever they're calling it, the UFL. They've got the champions of both leagues kicking off in week 1. That's pretty, I mean, that's a pretty obvious week 1 showdown. So LaJoy, Allmendinger, Hemrick, Reddick, Zane Smith, Hocevar, the list of drivers involved, although I think Michael McDowell may have gotten a piece of that one too. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but yeah, I think Michael McDowell had a piece, at least a piece of that one. Looked like I picked the right race to make some popcorn for, because this race is going to be some fireworks, it looks like. Harrison Burton's still hanging on to a top 15 spot. He's actually close to that top 10 here. Elliott's radio's talking a lot about how crazy the marbles are. Here we go. So we're 38 laps in already. It is going pretty quick. But, again, it's 500 laps, so it's gonna... It eventually will start to feel longer here as they go and double up. Here we go. Pace car getting another commitment cone violation as we go green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. This time, Bubba Wallace is going to try and clear for the lead the same way his teammate did. This time, Bubba, please don't be like your teammate and just spin right around. So Bubba Wallace started off the season with two fifth place finishes, and then had some trouble out west as he looks to try and regroup here. Although, honestly, I say he had trouble at Phoenix. It was like a 15th, 16th place finish, but compared to the other Toyotas, he was not nearly as good. Now you got Josh Berry out in front leading at Bristol. You got the 34 McDowell looking competitive. Ford as a whole is pretty competitive here today. So, the 4 car has gotten out, and he's going to try and start gapping him. And the best thing for him right now would be for the 34 and the 23 to battle it out for that second spot. So the more those two battle, the more Josh Berry is able to slip away. Alright, here we go. Again, they're showing Denny Hamlin's Bristol stats: 3 wins, finished 4th or better on the last 4. He's finished 4th or better on all of the last 4 short tracks, including 1 win. So, not doing too bad for himself there. Alright, let's see. Gregson up into the top 20. There we go. Gregson making some good moves towards the front. Chastain up to 22nd after starting tail end of the field. So far the drivers' laps down are... you got Byron, you got Reddick, and I saw one other person lap down. Let me see, waiting for it to cycle back around here as Bubba Wallace, speaking of cycling, Bubba Wallace just cycled back to the lead. But here we go, let's see. So yeah, so the for broke a toe link, and he is 5 to 6 laps down right now. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we just got we gotta settle in. Hopefully, Mike McDowell and Keselowski can settle this battle here for 9th. But come on, McDowell, just get in line and ride it out for a while here. We're 50 laps down already, but again, it's a long race. There is a long way to go here. Alright, let's see. Man. Sorry, it's been a long day, but here we go. We got Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin up to second, though. There we go. Denny Hamlin trying to make a charge on his teammate there. Seeing if he can go ahead and make a charge to the front. Alright, let's see. What do we got? But Ryan Blaney trying to look to the outside here on Bubba Wallace, seeing if he can try and take advantage on that outside line. I don't know how much effectiveness he'll get out of that one, but here we go. Got Busher trying to make something happen there in the Build Submarines car. Alright, sorry about that. There we go. We're back. Blaney managed to get around Bubba, and now Bubba's starting another free fall. Seems like the second you get moved out the line, you're just in complete free fall mode. You got Blaney now trying to hold off Chase Elliott. If Chase Elliott goes and moves Blaney out the way, I'm curious to see. Are we going to see a similar free fall here? There we go. There goes Elliott to that outside. Can Elliott make something happen as he comes off the top side? He's side by side with Ryan Blaney. Or is Chase Elliott, because he's on the top side, is he going to end up cycling himself out of the... is he going to end up cycling himself to the back here? Alright, so there we go. We got that all settled. And now we got... Oh, Chase Elliott's made a move with Ryan Blaney's help to go and make a pass on Hamlin for the lead. Chase Elliott out front in Bristol, Tennessee. Let's go. And 64 laps to go in stage number 1 here. Kyle Busch up into the top 5. Let's go. We are making some moves here, and they're going to their first commercial break during green flag racing. And it's going to be a full screen commercial. Come on, NASCAR. I know we're trying to get the full screen commercial breaks out the way early, but with the way this race started, it's like, okay, did you not have a chance to get more commercials than you anticipated out during that portion? Alright, well, here we go. I guess we're just gonna kind of keep looking at this. Chase Elliott cycled back to 4th here. Kyle Busch to the top 2. Let's go. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch have gone up there and taken the lead. Can't wait to see how they pulled that one off, because, again, we didn't get a chance to see it here. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just watched the replay of the with the 71, but I have no idea what he thought he was gonna end up doing there, like diving all the way to the bottom to try and avoid it, and ultimately the car at the bottom held its brakes. I mean, it was only a one-time instance. I wouldn't say I'm seeing some people calling for, based on that one wreck alone, to like not go to Bristol anymore. But oh, and we got a caution flag. Caution flag's out, and Kyle Busch is leading. Wonder what happened. Uh-oh, I'm not seeing Michael McDowell in the top 10. Please tell me it wasn't McDowell. Alright, let's do some investigating. Michael McDowell is back to 16th place. Regardless, I'm not a fan of that. No, Gregson is down one lap. He may be responsible for something. I was basically looking to see because I assumed that somebody may have lost a lap from the caution flag while I hadn't noticed that there was a caution out. So, yeah, I mean, there's just nothing there. I would like to see what they can maybe do with a little bit more, if you add a little bit of horsepower here. But, oh, yeah, there we go. There's some debris from the set. Alright, so it looks like 71 dropped debris. And that debris, because it's sheet metal, they didn't want anyone potentially running over it. Oh, 71 may have had a tire go down as well, looking at that. So, yeah, he had a tire go down, which chewed and spit debris everywhere. So, yep, there we go. That explains what happened. And, yeah, we were just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I know I certainly am. Of course, if you guys are new here, of course, remember to like and subscribe if you guys are new. We've been doing these streams all throughout the season, and they are definitely not stopping anytime soon here. So, there we go. So, let's see. 53 to go. I'd be shocked if we don't see everybody potentially coming down pit road once the pits are open. Oh, uh-oh. What happened to Eric Jones? When did Eric Jones get involved in something? Let's see. We're going to have to rack this one up and get ready to go again here. Currently under caution for debris coming off the 71 car after he got a flat tire. And yep, there we go. The pit road will be open this time, and let's see. We're expecting, yep, there's everybody. Alright, so here we go. We got Kyle Larson on pit road getting his service. Not sure who else notable has their pit stops on that front stretch. Zane Smith is out there. And then you got Denny Hamlin there on his in his pit stall on the back straightaway. You got Ryan Blaney on his. And here we go. The race off pit road. It's going to be tight. It's going to be Denny Hamlin. No, wait. Is it going to be? Yes, it's Hamlin over Blaney. Chase Elliott gaining a spot as well. Kyle Busch loses 3 spots. Are you kidding me? Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of luck with the. Kyle Busch cannot find any sort of lu commercial break, and yeah, we're just sitting here chilling. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Yeah, I'm currently under commercial break for a caution flag, so you're not missing anything if you guys are just joining us. All right, here we go. So yeah, Denny Hamlin versus Ryan Blaney is going to be an interesting one to see on the restart here. All right, let's see. And Blaney right back up in the mix. Looks like the Blaney votes might be worthwhile after all. Although so is Denny Hamlin, who is also on the pole. So yeah, the pole drivers, you got Blaney up in second place, Denny Hamlin in the lead, and wherever Josh Berry has ended up. So yeah, they got a bunch of Fox Animation commercial things, which Fox Animation is just not good. Like, none of their shows are all that entertaining. So here we go. They're back from commercial break. 47 laps to go. Doubled up. Lights off on the pace car, and we should be ready to go back racing here. And here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out, and Denny Hamlin is away with the race lead almost instantaneously. The second they go green, I mean, I know Denny Hamlin was the control car, but man, he just took off. Now, I mean, I know that the gap doesn't matter a ton because it's kind of all momentum based, and Blaney is right back on the back bumper of Hamlin now. But the fact that Hamlin was able to turn that from a side by side into an uncontested position into turn one, it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good restart there for Hamlin. Kylebusch back in fourth place. He's sitting on that inside line. They've already gotten single file out to him. Alright, let's see. So, looks like Chase Elliott may be having might be having a voltage problem of some kind here, as we got 43 laps to go in stage number 1. Still got a lot of laps to go, which is surprising because Lasky's up in the mix. Well, let's see. How is my fantasy lineup doing here? Let's see. put Josh Berry temporarily in the garage. And yeah, we were just chilling out here. Got Kyle Busch versus Chase Elliott here on battle for third. And let's see, Kyle Busch is going to take this one over. Let's see, so again, Keselowski up into the top 5. You got Briscoe, Bell both holding on to some decent spots. Gibbs and Wallace holding on to top 10 spots. Alright, let's see. Ryan Blaney trying to get in on the bottom here, but I don't know if there's enough room on the bottom. I think you might have to try and take it to the top. Alright, let's see. 36 laps to go in stage number 1. And again, it's all about that ticking time bomb. Kyle Busch closing in slowly but surely on the front of the field here. You know that Kyle's going to go ahead and get this one done. Alright, let's see. Showing off the battle between Nemechek and Bowman. Bowman had a little bit of a struggle here. Chris Buescher, who started near the back of the field, has marched his way up into the top 15 here. Alright, let's see. Again, Larson to the back bumper of Bell here. He's going to try and do whatever he can to try and force Bell off the bottom here. Bell going to go underneath Alright, let's see. 31 laps to go. This is just... It's kind of been a bit of a slow build up here. Kyle Busch passes Blaney, though. He's up to second place. Kyle Busch closing in on that lead pack. Can Kyle Busch take the lead here in Bristol? I have him pegged for the win. Let's go ahead and see if he can get it done. Let's see. So right now my worst driver is Kyle Larson, and 9th is my lowest points driver. Alright, let's see. Alright, wow, we got 11 people hanging out in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in already. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button so that you guys can be caught up to date on whenever I go live and or post new videos. So here we go. We got Ty Gibbs on the inside here as we're getting ready to turn lap 100 here. Alright, let's see. Michael McDowell back to 22nd. Come on, Michael. No, not what I want to see ahead of Michael McDowell. But right now, though, Kyle Busch, he's closing in on that leader of Denny Hamlin here. We have not seen Denny Hamlin catch lap traffic yet. Either the tires end up going away too quickly, or we end up getting a caution flag which bunches the field back together. But so far, again, we have not seen Hamlin actually lapping traffic. As I say, we've seen cars going a lap down, mainly from pitting and other circumstances, but as I say, Noah Gragson, Harrison Burton, Tyler Reddick, Zane Smith, and let's see. Again, Christopher Bell gets around Brad Keselowski here for 5th, and they are just settling in for 22 laps to the checkered flag here in stage number 1. Let's go. ourselves a pretty good run to the checkers. Michael McDowell has been on the move since the restart, which is a little concerning considering we were just talking about him not being very far up the field. But if he's been moving, I did not realize he was starting as far back as he was, because to be the biggest mover and not even be in the top 20, it's pretty impressive. Alright, let's see. Here we go. 19 laps to go here, and Eric Jones having another bit of issue with his right front of his car there. And say right now, Ty Gibbs battling it out with Chase Elliott for what position is that? 5th. So Chase Elliott takes over the 5th position from Ty Dillon, and yeah, they're just working their way around downfield. And oh boy, here we go. Josh Berry looks like he's got an issue here. He's really slow in the corners, and here we go. Kylebusch to the back bumper of Hamlin. That is what we came for. Let's see. Let's see. Again, right now, Kylebusch versus Denny Hamlin. These two, they have fought this one out all the way to the checkered flag here. It's 16 laps away. You got others in the mix here. But, yeah, you got a pretty good battle going on here. 15 to go. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, not much the field can really do at this point. We're just waiting to see what ends up happening. So far, Kylebusch has the fastest lap of the day over Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, John Nemechek, and Alex Bowman. Some of the drivers fast. Let's see. Man, I am so tired right now, guys. I am sorry for the low energy here. Alright, we got 10 laps to go here in Bristol. Yeah, Kylebusch is falling off a cliff lap time-wise. I don't know if he's got a tire going down or what, but he is just falling off a cliff. He's back to 8th and dropping fast here. Now he gets passed by Elliott for 9th. Nemechek for 10th, and there we go. He is out of the stage points entirely right now. And there we go. Ryan Blaney now, the second place driver. Denny Hamlin can kind of just coast it back, try and save a little bit of rubber here to try and make to the end of the first stage here. Alright, let's see. Right now you got... you got... I don't like seeing Kylebusch in the middle of that, because that looks very bad. As Kylebusch kind of rounding these turns. You got gonna have about 5 laps to go at the line this time. And here we go, side by side for the lead. It is Ryan Blaney versus Ty. And there we go. Denny Hamlin way up the track now. It's Ryan Blaney versus Ty Gibbs for the lead. And now they're going underneath Reddick. And there we go. Ty Gibbs takes the lead over Ryan Blaney. Kyle Larson follows him through. And here we go. They catch another lap car. This time Gibbs goes to the outside, and there is no real resistance. As here we go, 4 laps to go, and Ty Gibbs is starting to build that steady lead. I guess you don't really want to coast at this point, because if you coast, the Alright, let's see. 2 laps to go. 2 more times. Oh, wait, no, sorry. 3 laps to go. 3 more times around here. And, yeah, I mean, there's just been no grip here at this point in the run. Nothing for these drivers to hang on to. And there we go. Buescher up into a 3rd here. Buescher's been making some decent moves since he, And Kyle Busch with a flat tire is going to end this stage. Let's see. Kyle Busch doing a full backwards lap, and nope, there we go. He now loops it back around to go and start facing the right direction again. Alright, let's see. What happened to Kyle that caused him to spin? Was it just a flat tire? Oh, he got shoved up into the marbles and nothing. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That was Denny Hamlin getting shoved up into the marbles. Yep, Kyle Busch just blows a tire on the bottom line and just loses it. And Ty Gibbs will win stage number 1 here over Kyle Larson and Chris Buescher. There we go. So, 3 different manufacturers in the top 3. John Hunter Nemechek getting some crucial stage points in 5th. MTJ, Blaney, Priest, Berry, and Christopher Bell, the other drivers earning points here. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hendrick has led, has now led officially 80,000 laps. There we go. So the 11, 23, and 8 have all had tire troubles already. So there we go. But yeah, it's definitely a question of tire compound, because I don't see a reason why they should be having this much trouble with the tires here, and especially where it's not just a one manufacturer point here. Because if it were one manufacturer, I would say that they missed the setup, but it's multiple different manufacturers. It's not an entire manufacturer having trouble. Alright, let's see. Should be back from commercial break here. They're talking about the, yep, so there's the drivers earning points. So Ty Gibbs, Larson, Buescher, Keselowski, Nemechek, the top 5. Then you had Martin Truex Jr., Blaney, Priest, some of the other guys earning points here. And then Berry and Bell, the last 2. Logano was the first driver to miss out on points. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what on earth is going on with this race. So I think the biggest problem is that there should just be more practice available. Because I mean, a 15-minute practice session is not enough. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I just went and typed out a thing in the group here. But yeah, I don't understand. I feel like every race should have at minimum a 1-hour practice session. I mean, even just think back to the pre-pandemic era. We had so many single car teams. Germain Racing, Levine Family Racing. You had BK Racing for a time period. You had Rick Ware Racing start up at that time frame. And you had them all start up here, and they all were running, what, like 3 hours of practice a week, pretty much? And I don't remember hearing a word about, oh, it's too expensive to bring the cars to the track each week for that. Or not to the track each week, but to the track a day early for each week. But now the reason we're being given as to why we can't have it back is because, oh, it's too expensive. So, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get this poll ready for stage 2. Alright, let's go ahead and put Larson. Oh, I actually turned on my caps. Alright, so there we go. There's the poll for stage 2. And yeah, go ahead and vote now for who you guys think is going to win stage number 2 here. Definitely an exciting race so far. So yeah, there we go. They're talking with, they're showing a thing on Drew Blickensderfer, the crew chief now for the number 10 car. Used to be Michael McDowell's crew chief before he got poached. But, yeah. There we go. Yeah, so he's crew chief for Noah Gragson on the 10 car. He was originally poached to be Amarillo's crew chief. But then Amarillo retired last year, and Gragson inherited that number 10 team. Honestly, I mean, he hasn't done amazing, and hence why he was on the pre-race poll list, but, I mean, for pretty much a rookie season, he's not doing terribly. I know he ran a decent chunk of last year, but this being his first real full-time season and his first time in that team. And here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. We should be seeing a pit cone violation here. Oh, no. Are they not going? Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, no. They should have dove off pit road that time, so I guess they're delaying the green here for a moment. Oh, yep, there we go. Lights are back on the pace car, so I guess they must have had some sort of scoring thing to figure out. Probably something with wave around cars not being in the exact right spot or something. Here we go. Now is the pace car. No, they are still, Okay, so the teams look like they're all going and getting another set of tires, so extra sets are available for the teams. Alright, lights are off on the pace car. Let's see. We going back to the green flag here? Let's see. No, we're still pacing. And pacing around and pacing around. Come on, lights are off on the pace car. We want racing. Come on. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got lights are off on the pace car. We should be going green flag this time by here. Can I go ahead? Delay the ad break. Because the YouTube ad automizer was trying to throw you guys an ad right now, and that is not. And this is not the time to be throwing an ad, as we got Larson and Keselowski on the front row here. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. Larson away with the lead, and you've got Ty Gibbs versus Keselowski for second. Ty Gibbs on that outside. Ty Gibbs is going to try and take this one from the top side here. There we go. Ty Gibbs to the lead of the race. Let's go, Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs takes this one. John Hunter Nemechek in the Legacy Motor Club Toyota taking second place here. Let's go. Day of the underdog for sure, it looks like. And as I say, we saw how strong the Toyotas could be last week, but right now, it's strange to see the two Toyotas doing the best right now. Obviously, Ty Gibbs and Nemechek are arguably, I would say, maybe the 6th or 7th best Toyotas out of the Toyota stable, if not maybe even lower tier than that. But I mean, I know that obviously Gibbs being an in-house Toyota and Joe Gibbs' team, he definitely gets more support than that. But if you're talking about like actual quality of the drivers, I mean, Ty Gibbs and John Nemechek are I would say are probably, aside from maybe Bubba, would be pretty universally said that they're in the bottom 3 of the Toyota drivers in the Cup Series right now, and Gibbs is up here leading laps. Although, granted, if you had to rank the skill of the Toyota team right now, I mean, you've got so much talent to that Toyota team. Bell, Reddick, Martin Truex Jr. to the lead of the race. There we go, Martin Truex Jr. He's another one. Denny Hamlin. I mean, there's just so much Toyota muscle just stacked throughout this field. I mean, I guess Eric Jones might be another driver you might argue is in that bottom 2 or 3. Although, honestly, I would probably say that I'd take Eric Jones over John Hunter Nemechek. I'd probably take Eric Jones over Ty Gibbs. Although I think Ty Gibbs is immensely talented. But, yeah, right now, though, the Toyota invasion of the front of the field is in full force. Here we go. Ty Gibbs back to the lead as he leapfrogs by Martin Truex Jr. And this is quintessential NASCAR right here. You got the ability to go and leapfrog forward and past other drivers. Maybe even a little too easily here, as we got Kyle Larson now leapfrogging past Martin Truex Jr. here. He's going to try and find a hole in line. There we go. He gets in line ahead of Truex here. Now you got Christopher Bell looking to the outside. He's going to try and make a move. But, again, you just got moves being able to be made everywhere. I mean, this is definitely some great racing. Now, no doubt about it, I still want to see what more horsepower would potentially do. Worst case scenario, it doesn't change the racing a ton, but say, if it changes nothing about the racing, this is still pretty good. Now, most of the other short tracks have not been great, but Bristol seems to always be pretty much untouchable when it comes to being able to make the racing poor. There we go, Joey Logano making his move up near the front, and here we go, Larson for the lead. Larson just leapfrogs right by Ty Gibbs here. So Kyle Larson to the race lead here. And now let's see if Gibbs can go ahead and wind up and get ready to go and swing back here. I'm going to say he's got all 4 Joe Gibbs cars up in the top 5. It's Kyle Larson, then Joe Gibbs, Joe Gibbs, Joe Gibbs, and Joe Gibbs' car. And here we go, Denny Hamlin to the outside of Ty Gibbs. That's not going to allow Ty Gibbs to try and make the move here to try and leapfrog past Larson here. And yep, there we go. They're showing the Hendrick Motorsports 80,000 career laps have been led across 35 different tracks. They've led over 240 laps across every season that they've been in Cup. I mean, those are some impressive stats for the Hendrick Motorsports team. They've also had, I think they said something like 25 to 30 drivers have all led over 1 lap for the team, which is also just an impressive stat. So, there we go. And speaking of impressive stats, Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin make the move around the outside. Denny Hamlin to second, Ty Gibbs to the race lead. And, I mean, biggest mover since the restart, yeah. Denny Hamlin's on this list. I feel like Ty Gibbs should be on this list because he has passed so many cars, but they just keep passing him back so that he can go and pass him again with his leapfrog style. I mean, I know that the actual stat is based on net positions gained from the start or from the restart. So the fact that he restarted near the front of the field, he's not going to even if he's leading, I think he'll only be plus like 2 or 3 positions. But yeah, this race though is going amazing. And now we go to another full screen commercial break, which means we get to go ahead and see what all is going on here. But yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. Let's go check Twitter, see what Twitter is saying. Although I'm sure I'm not going to agree with everything Twitter is saying. But what Twitter is saying is usually pretty fun. Tires can't last even 45 laps. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if the things. But the amount of passing though that's been able to be had at this track, I don't know. Okay, so they were able to. They only had enough tires at the track for one extra set per team here. Colleague Racing sharing a picture of their tires. Someone tweeting about the 2008 Brickyard 400, which was a very bad one. People talking about imagine if they come back from commercial break and they just suddenly replace the track with dirt. That takes a little longer than that to happen, but sure. More people referencing 2008 Brickyard. But yeah, so far though, it's actually been a pretty solid race. Again, like, yeah, the tires are definitely an issue, and hopefully over the course of a couple of years, that'll get ironed out. And I'm still not a fan of them going away from Dirt Bristol, but again, the racing on track has actually been pretty fun to watch. I mean, again, I don't know about you guys, but the amount of leapfrogging for position here, I mean, finally Ty Gibbs been able to lead a few laps without getting passed like 6 times. Yeah, but yeah, we got Denny Hamlin drifting further back. He's back to 8th now as he's starting his free fall here. But yeah, a couple of friends of mine, we were talking during my lunch break at work, and we were talking about how with the resin, we don't think the resin can last all 500 laps. So we think as we get into stage 3, we think around 30, 40 laps into stage 3, potentially that bottom will go away. The only problem is the marbles at the top of the track are making the top line pretty much unrunnable, which is the other problem here. I don't know what they've done differently with the resin versus the old PJ1 that they used to use back in 2017 or 2018. When they did, or even 2017, when they did the 2 lanes of PJ1. One right around the bottom, but then about a lane and a half up, you had another one. And there we go, another flat tire. It's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with a flat tire this time, and caution flag flies. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is the next one to have a flat tire here, 51 laps into stage 2. And we have got ourselves a caution flag for another blown tire. is. Stenhouse is, But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. Alright, there we go. I mean, again, like, this race has actually been enjoyable to watch. I mean, definitely, if you were a fan of one of the drivers who's had a tire go down, I mean, me with Stenhouse, kinda, but I mean, even then, like, the ability to pass is one of the things that I absolutely can give NASCAR a ton of praise for. Yeah, the tires definitely need to be improved going forward. Kaz Gralla up to 15th. There we go. There's a shout out. But, yeah. The fact, though, that the passability of these cars has actually been really good. Again, almost any driver has been able to just go up there, drive, and pass. So, there we go. There we go. So, showing some of the drivers who had some trouble in the when they went out west. And, yeah, Austin Dillon, Ryan Preece, and Joey Logano all having significant trouble here. But I'm going to go use bathroom while they are... Oh, no, they're not going to commercial break. I thought they were getting ready to throw this one to commercial, but... looks like we're not going anywhere yet. We are under caution, though, for the blown tire of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here. We've had a lot of blown tires today, and yeah, I would not be shocked if NASCAR throws this one to commercial break here soon. Let's see. Circuit of the Americas next Sunday, 3:30 Eastern. I'm looking forward to that one. Oh, yep. Let's see. What's the say? Showing one lap around Bristol, one lap around. Oh, yep. Showing so one lap around Bristol gets you through about 2.5 corners at Circuit of the Americas. Then Richmond will take you through turns 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. And even through 9. Wow, Richmond actually gets you a decent chunk of the way. And then Martinsville will bring you down that long back straightaway. Now they're going for pit. So we got the pit stops here. So after pit stops, I'm assuming they will be throwing it to one commercial then. So we are just chugging away here. So First round of stops are done. We got now the backstretch pit stops. You got Martin Truex Jr. on this one. You got Keselowski on the backstretch pit stops. Blaney coming into his pit stall. Pit stall number 1 there for Blaney. And yeah, a lot of these teams definitely want to at least check the wear here as Buescher wins the race off pit road. Whoa! Chris Buescher wins the race off pit road. Is that with less tires? Waiting for the subtitles to maybe go away, but I couldn't see. But Chris Buescher just... Yeah, he won... Yeah, okay, yeah, no, he took 4 tires and jumped 4 positions. Okay. Hey, good on Chris Buescher for winning that race off pit road. Ty Gibbs comes off in 2nd place. But now that I've gone to commercial break, I'm going to go use the bathroom, and I will be right back, guys. Don't you go anywhere. Alright, here we go. We are back, and we are ready for this one. Let's see. Still no response from Eli on that front, but here we go. Let's see. UFL, they've got ticket buying opportunities open. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got. Alright, there we go. Got that. That'll be fun for this. But yeah, if this race, if we could just have this race, but without all the tire issues. Because, like, the problem is, I'm sure that something about the way the tires are is causing the racing to be this good. But, unfortunately, the tires are blowing out too frequently for us to keep this racing good. Todd Gilliland, what? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, Todd Gilliland's getting shuffled back. I was going to say, there's no way Todd Gilliland should be... Okay, he's actually up in the sun. He's on row 2. What? How did Todd Gilliland get row 2? Did everybody else just take the top line? Like, or did I miss his name on the list of race off pit road when I saw Buescher go up 4 spots? 62 laps in stage number 2. So here we go. Let's see. I'm curious to see what ends up happening to the race if we run completely out of tires. And here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. And let's see. How long do we think it'll be before we see another blown tire? As Buescher takes the lead from the outside. And you got Bell up to second here. Bell looking to the bottom of the racetrack, though. He's going to try and take the lead here from Buescher. You got Nemechek up into the top 5. You got Logano up to the top 10 again, knocking on that door. Michael McDowell gaining some spots here. Again, Kaz Grala, we mentioned him up in the top 15. LaJoy making himself known. But yeah, this is some solid racing, though. So yeah, here we go. Nemechek around the outside of Kyle Larson. I mean, Nemechek has come to play today. He is going to try and... if Nemechek can have a shot to potentially win this race at the end of the day, that will be amazing. Not to mention the step forward that Toyota can say that they made by bringing those cars in-house, considering both Phoenix and here, they have looked, unbelievably... good. I mean, we thought the Fords were going to have a decent day, and, I mean, they're having an okay day, but the Toyotas have come to play. Alright, there we go. We're going to go ahead and skip the ads for you guys this time around. And, here we go. And Todd Gilliland still fighting on that top side. I mean, I can't imagine that top side is going to be too nice to him at some point here. But, yeah, so cars laps down, you got Chandler Smith, 9 laps down, you got Byron, 6 down. You got guys who have been lapped and guys who have fallen victim to the tire problems, but, again, honestly, this, let's see. So we're just chilling here. We got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's stuck around and stayed here. We're not we just crossed the 200 lap mark right there. We just crossed 20. We're on lap 201 now. We still have what is that? 60% of this race to go. I mean, man, there's a long way to go here. Bell to the lead. Now Truex to second here. Chris Buescher's falling all the way to 3rd here. Now, he's going to be under attack from Nemechek. And no! That's not how you want to do that. Daniel Suarez just got really loose and nearly just wiped out the number 51 of Justin Haley. That is the fact that we didn't get a caution there is impressive. from the drivers. The fact that they managed to keep those cars under control for the most part, I mean, that is just remarkable car control there from both Haley and Suarez. I mean, Suarez got out of shape, but he managed to identify that he was out of shape and correct itself enough to leave Haley room to recover there. Kaz Grala is now up into the top 10 here at Bristol. I mean, we've seen some underdogs with some good runs at Bristol, but Kaz Grala just seems like a weird one to see up at the front. Could we potentially see him contend for the win here at the end of this thing? Here we go. Here comes Ty Gibbs through the field as he's up 8-9 spots so far. And let's see, what's it going to be? So yeah, right now he's making his move around Blaney here for 14th. And again, Ty Gibbs, he definitely lost a ton of spots there. But let's see. Oh man, wow, we got a pretty good race going on. We got Kaz Grala up into the 8th place. Wow, he is actually doing really good here. And he's only 25? I thought he was for sure older than 25. And I say this is only his 11th NASCAR Cup start, but he's doing really well, honestly. I mean, hey, Rick Ware, put him in the car full time next year, especially if he's got some funding behind him. Because it looks like that N29 sponsor there has been on every car he's run this year. I mean, I would look at trying to sell Kaz Grala to some sponsor somewhere on a season. Let him try and see what he can do. I mean, I know I would love to see him on a bigger, maybe even a better team where he can showcase some skills better, but so far it looks pretty good there. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. People on the internet are not the smartest people around. People saw a guy holding a wrench and thought it was yellow. It was a yellow pattern on the helmet or something, like how the NFL has face masks, I guess, similar like wire type with like the metal wire or whatever for football helmets. But yeah, here we go. And we're not under a caution flag, but we are under a commercial break that is taking up the full screen, so we are going to have to just catch up on what we missed during the caution flag, or not during the caution flag, but when we get back from the commercial break. 31 lead changes so far, though, is insane. And, man, we are just chilling out here. Alright, let's see. And back from commercial break. Let's see what we can find out here. So, Toyota's still hold down the top 4 spots. Logano the top non-Toyota. And then you've got Kyle Larson as the best Chevy of the field, all the way back in 7th for the best Chevy. I mean, this is giving me serious, kind of, to an extent, Richmond vibes of the way that the Toyotas decimated Richmond near the end of the Gen 6 era. In particular, from like 2017 to 2020. Like, Richmond was just decimated by the Toyota teams in that era. So there we go. And let's see who can. Is Bell going to be able to hold off Martin Truex Jr. for the lead here? They got 28 laps to go in stage number 2. Stage 2, and we got Christopher Bell versus Truex. Starting to think that I did not put enough Toyotas on the poll for the who's going to win the stage poll, but I tried to do the top 3 at the time, which clearly the top 3 has been shifting around a lot. I mean, Larson was in there at one point. Brad Keselowski was in there at one point. They're both now 5th and 9th. Not out the question that they could potentially get the win, but certainly a lot less likely now than they were. Actually, I should probably check my lineup as we're getting 26 laps to go. You got 26 laps to make any roster changes you want here. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we need to make for roster changes. Follow live scoring. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bench Kyle Busch. Save the use on him. I don't know what. Oh, yep, there's Kyle Busch around. Okay, I was gonna say I don't know what has happened to him. He was running well, and now he goes for a 360, and the car looks clean. He could bounce back here, honestly. Let's see. I mean, the point differential is just so significant that I'd be giving up a lot of points to leave him in if I left him in here. But again, like, not a lot of not a lot of significant damage. Just goes for a 360. He doesn't even hit anything. He stays on the track. What's that? Watching this from Stenhouse perspective is going to be a fun one. Here we go. And yeah, somehow the 8 kept it going. So, again, I want to keep him in there. But taking him out puts me second place on the day. Let me just go ahead and check one or two other lineups of mine. Alright, let's see. Yeah, don't worry. You're not the only person who was struggling to stay awake here for a little bit. But the racing's actually been pretty good. I mean, I know I say that and it sounds like a bad thing, but really, I mean, it was a long day at work, but this racing has been pretty incredible. Just constant battles for the lead. You got Truex versus Blaney Truex versus Bell at the front, but you've had just a ton of leapfrogging for position. I mean, there was like a 10-15 lap stretch where I think we had 12 passes for the lead in those laps. So, I mean, it certainly is not a thing that could go... It could go wrong quickly, but... There we go, let's see. Bench William Byron on that one because I don't want to burn another William Byron use. But yeah, I don't really understand the hate that some people have for this race in particular. Again, the tires definitely are not good. But again, like, I mean, they were basically making an educated guess based on sim data trying to figure out what tire compound to bring to Bristol. And sure, the sim data is great, but man, nothing replaces actual data from running these cars on the track. I don't care how good your sim is. Let's see, 19 laps left. If anyone does play the NASCAR fantasy game, again, you've got 19 laps to go ahead and get your stuff fixed, which basically means when we drop the green flag, you're going to want to get this thing. Yeah, sim data is wild. Yeah, I mean, I know iRacing isn't a perfect sim by any stretch, but it is really good, and even that is hard to go 100% off of. I mean, just look at some of the changes that they had to make to the Chicago course after building a virtual version of that and then bringing it to life. I mean, again, it worked out pretty well, but there were still significant changes they had to account for. That they just couldn't have possibly predicted, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and bench Logano on that lineup. But yeah, this is definitely I think this is going to end up ultimately being an isolated incident. Yeah, putting all your eggs in one basket, that's for sure. But I mean, you didn't really have an option when you haven't seen Bristol, you haven't seen Concrete Bristol in the daytime in years. I mean, you didn't have any other options. I mean, I guess you could have come and brought the cars here for a multi-day tire test, maybe. Because I know they did that big aero package test back in December at Phoenix, but would that have even been enough to prevent what we've seen today? I don't know. Because again, most of what they were doing was testing the aero package, and the aero package they're trying to fix is the Phoenix flat track package. This short track package, though, whatever package this is really good. Just got 2 more lineups to go ahead and check, and then I will be back with you guys. Just got to go fix my lineups and yeah, bench the guys I need to, and yeah, we will be along for the ride. Oh, yep, there's a William Byron I can bench. One more to go ahead and fix. We got pit road being open. 16 laps to go here. They're not throwing competition cautions. I don't know what this guy's on about here. Got that figured out. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, they aren't throwing competition cautions yet, thankfully. If they were throwing comp cautions every 15 laps at this track, that would be bad. And then there's polls like this one on Twitter that are stupid, where it's like, oh yeah, is tire wear a good thing? And it's like, yes, tire wear is a good thing. tires blowing out in a matter of like 4 miles is not good. Could you imagine if we were blowing tires at Daytona or Talladega every 2 to 3 laps? We would not have any cars left at the end of the race. Alright, there we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and monitor my profile in the main fantasy league for the community, so I can go ahead and make sure I got that covered. And yeah, here we go. We got ourselves again pretty good race going on. 7 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that stuck around. And we have got LaJoy and Hocevar at the front of the field. What on earth has happened? Alright, let's see. Where am I standing at? So I am up to 3rd place right now with who I got. And that's with Kyle Busch in the bench. I lose about 20 points if I put Kyle in and take out Josh Berry. So I don't think I should make that choice unless I start to see Kyle Busch bouncing back. Now, it's going to have to be a very split-second decision because we do not have... It's going to be like a 10-lap dash to the checkers here. Yeah, for the stage end, and once that stage ends, we're gonna be going green flag racing, and the pit and the garage is gonna lock. Is gonna be the bigger thing here. See all the people with the St. Patrick's Day green out, and here we go. Lights are off in the pace car, and yep, we are gonna see LaJoy and. Are you kidding me? We're going to see LaJoy and Hocevar on 57 lap tires go and restart this race from the lead. 1 second. I just want to know what on earth those 2 cars are doing to have not pit for that long. Because we've had... They've had multiple cautions to have potentially pit. I thought. At least it feels like we've had a lot of cautions. But if we've actually gone 57 laps between green flag and not. And nope, yep, there we go. Hocevar is going right to the back of the field here. Oh, yep, contacted with the wall. There's Busher into the fence. He stays going green right now, but yeah, that is not going to be good. I think he's shaking it out, trying to feel out what damage may have been done there, as he is on the outside of 3 wide, and oh, yep, there we go. Hocevar is still backing him way up, and Busher is not going to be happy about that. Definitely glad I didn't put Busher in my thing, but yeah, he's dropped 21 spots since the restart already. And here we go. Bell versus Logano for the stage win. Joey Logano looking the inside. Christopher Bell on the outside. Man, this is some good racing. John Hunter and Nemechek just lurking in the background, waiting for a chance to try and make a pass here as they are 2 wide down the back straightaway here. Bell on the outside. Logano dueling him on the inside. Ryan Blaney got a penalty on that last pit stop there for too fast entering pit road. That was probably served during the restart as he started at the tail end of the field. And oh, looks like Josh Berry is coming down with something. Maybe a flat tire there. Luckily, this will be a nice short run to the checkers here. And is Joey Logano just going to run away with this stage win? And if so, wow. He came in from absolutely nowhere. I thought for sure this was going to be a Toyota stage win. I mean, it still could be, but man, Joey Logano is, he's really good. Here comes Brad Keselowski into the mix too, though. So you got Gibbs, Keselowski both trying to take this one from Logano. No Chevys in the picture. The highest Chevy is Larson, 2.3 seconds back here. It's way too far back to make a move here for the win, but here we go. Gibbs, 18 100ths of a second back here. Then you got Keselowski a little further back here. Come on, let's see the battle for the lead. Not the battle for like 10th. Here we go. Ty Gibbs on the outside. Ty Gibbs going to try and make this one happen. around the outside, and there we go. Ty Gibbs to the lead. New leader, Ty Gibbs. And here we go. Now we got the six of... now here we go. We got the 6 car of Keselowski battling with Logano, and that's going to help Ty Gibbs here as we are on the final lap. Please don't lap... please don't lap him. Please don't lap him. Kyle Busch stays on the lead lap here. And there we go. Let's see. And garage is officially locked, so I don't have a choice as to who I'm leaving in my garage. I officially benched Keselowski. Or, not Keselowski. I officially benched Busch. Ryan Blaney might have been a better option to bench. But Blaney's been pretty good in this race. I'm relying on him, I guess, to bounce back here. But there we go. That is the end of stage number 2. Ty Gibbs over Keselowski. Keselowski got second at the end of that stage. Pretty good. Logano third. Fourth, John Hunter Nemechek. Fifth, Christopher Bell, rounding out the top 5. Then you got Truex, Hamlin, Larson, Bubba Wallace, and Ryan Preece, the other drivers who earned points. And Kaz Grala comes home as the first driver without stage points there. Hey, Race Center, how's it going? What's up, man? Oh, man, that's unfortunate, man. Hate getting sick, especially, COVID. That can't be fun. Just chilling in your basement watching the race. Well, luckily it sounds like you certainly didn't get COVID quite as hard as some people, but, yeah, hopefully, you feel better soon there, Race Center, but, hey, you know what? I think horsepower therapy is one of the best ways to get over pretty much any sickness. So, yep. Unfortunately, this isn't the same race it was last year, and we could have used a pun like, we could have used one of the puns like feeling like dirt or something to describe how you're feeling, but, yeah. Well, again, hopefully he gets better soon. But, yeah, there we go. Stage 2 is over. Surprised Brad Keselowski never got a single vote there for the stage 3. And then we will go ahead and, once they've gone and actually pit, we'll go ahead and figure out who we are going to nominate for the poll for the end of race poll. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. No response from Eli, so as I had offered for Eli to join us from the track here, but and I say, my guess is that it's just too loud that he hasn't had a chance to check his phone. So, there we go. Just double checking a couple of things. Let's see. The number 17 RFK team on Twitter. No, we didn't drop because we put on Scus. We dropped because Carson Ozevar was in the way. You know what? That is I gotta say, I love RFK and their social media team. They are really good at the social media game. There's, okay, oh, and, Denny Hamlin radio quote, he's, apparently comparing this to Indy as well. And then there's a, NFL thing, and then just kind of, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and save that one for later because that is actually a pretty good joke that I will definitely be borrowing. Let's see. Yeah, people talking about this feeling like a special day for Ty Gibbs as everybody's coming down pit road, and here we go. Ty Gibbs will definitely be on the final pole no matter where he's restarting this one. So, say if you guys have a driver that you guys think is going to win the race, go ahead and shoot them at me, and they may make it on the final pole for the race for the end of race. But I'm pretty certain I'm going to put Ty Gibbs on there. But again, if you guys have any suggestions, I do have 2 other spots in addition to Ty Gibbs. Because, unfortunately, Oh, contact on pit road! Oh, my! Uh-oh, we got an issue. Contact on pit road. The 2 and the 6 making contact. Keselowski was so fed up with his number 6 car, he tried to climb right into his old car in the 2 car. I know that is entirely a joke, but here we go. Ty Gibbs comes off first. Logano second. Truex gaining 3 spots in third. But, yeah, there we go. Keselowski going in and around the... I just don't know where Cindric was going. Oh, okay, that's where Cindric's pit box was. But you had a car in the pit box in front of you that you were going to try and cut through? I don't know what his thought process was there, but he was going to clean out somebody's... Even if Keselowski had known that he was coming in and had stayed put, he would have lost some time, but... Yeah, I don't see what the plan there was. I mean, again, maybe he just skirts really close to the 42 cars he's coming into the pits, but I mean, that looked like he was getting ready to just go right through the 42's pit box. Problem is the 42 was in the pit box. I mean, Cindric, that was just a really dumb call there for Cindric. I don't know. There we go. We got a Goodyear commercial. Great. That's not gonna be clipped or taken out of context there, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, and we got. Okay. That's an old message I already read. People are talking about how, I think we've seen Kyle Busch's final Cup win. I don't know about that. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. So, Ty Gibbs wins both Stage 1 and Stage 2, and he's going to be leading when we bring this thing to green flag, so... Here we go. Joey Logano. Let's go ahead and we'll throw, I want to try and throw a Chevy in there, but Kyle Larson hasn't really shown enough. We'll throw Bell in there. I know I said I wanted to throw a Chevy in there, but there wasn't really any Chevys near the front. Christopher Bell. And other. Alright, there we go. Got that one. Chastain actually up on the side of the 8th position. I mean, I haven't seen enough from him today to confidently say, like, oh yeah, I'll put him on the pole. Kyle Larson, he's been good but not great today. I mean, if I was going to put a Chevy on the pole, it was going to be Kyle Larson. But, yeah, no, he's not getting this. He did not get on the pole for that one. Alright, there we go. There's a Chastain talking about how the, asking if NASCAR has a crisis response team, because this is definitely starting to feel like a crisis. And say the teams in the Goodyear is trying to get the tires laid out and ready for the teams. And here we go. All the teams are coming and grabbing their tires. There's McDowell's crew grabbing their set. Another front row guy going and grabbing the Tug Gilliland team set, which the fact that Tug Gilliland's up in the top 5 is crazy. But here we go. Let's see. Alright, so around lap 325 will be the fuel window to make it to the end of the race. If you feel something with the tires at pit road, yeah, I mean, maybe. Only thing about staying out in the final 25 to 30 laps if the tires have improved. So, yep, there we go. Alright, here we go. And green. Green flag's out, and we're back to racing. And I don't know what the goal is going to be here for the leaders. I mean, do you run aggressive? Do you back way off your pace and just try and manage the fuel to the finish? Like, what do you do here to try and make it to the end of the race? Well, Ty Gibbs starting to gap Truex, so I think I know what Ty Gibbs' plan is. It's not a very good one, but it is going to be running as far as he can to try and see if he can gap the teammates. But, yeah, right now, though, again, this top 10, and even honestly, the top 15 really feels really odd. Just looking at the group of guys. I mean, again, you've got a lot of Toyotas, but then you've got, like, Gilliland up in the mix. You got Bubba Wallace, who we aren't exactly accustomed to seeing up at the front entirely. Then you've actually got guys like Berry and Priest and Harrison Burton up in the mix. Fords that we just don't normally even really think about, all just kind of showing up at this race. Then you got Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin down through the rest of it. So they're going to talk about we're going to run out of tires, we're going to have to use some scuffs. And say they're even talking about potentially NASCAR shortening this race. I seriously hope that that is not the option that they go with here. If NASCAR is even considering shortening this race, that is a mistake. But yeah, I get that you got to try and find a way to get to the checkers here, but shortening the race again. That's what Logano's team was talking about as a if they were doing it, but nothing's really confirmed this one. But so far, Joe Gibbs has led the most laps on the day by a lot. 158 laps led by Gibbs. No other team has led more than 25. 25 laps led by Stewart Haas. 24 by Hendrick. In fact, when it comes to laps led, Gibbs, Hamlin, and Bell each by themselves would be more than any other team combined, which is just a fun stat there. The fact that that Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin, each of their laps led total on their own, separately, would be enough to outdo every other team combined. Just goes to show how dominant the Toyotas definitely are starting to look. We'll have to see. I'm curious to see how the road course package is going to end up looking next week at Circuit of the Americas when we go to a road course. You got SVG coming into the series. He's going to try and school them. I don't know if we have any other F1 people potentially coming in, considering the fact that it's an F1 race or an F1 track potentially. There'd be at least some familiarity there. I know, we've had a couple of F1 world champions that have run races in the past, but I don't know if they ever actually raced F1 at Circuit of the Americas, and they weren't exactly competitive when they did come over and run those series. But, yeah, here we go. So, again, Ty Gibbs is settled out into first. You got Truex in behind him, and then about a full second back to Bell, and then the fight for fourth is on between Gilliland, Nemechek, Larson, and Hamlin are... what? Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold up the phone. Hamlin was, what, 14th 2 laps ago, and now he's all the way up into the 7th position? Unless I blinked and missed like 12 laps, which is possible at this track. Alright, I am still in 3rd place in the league, which is actually pretty impressive considering I've got Blaney at 17th on points earned, Barry in 10th, then you got Hamlin 7th, Larson 4th, and then Brad Keselowski up in 3rd. So my team isn't looking terrible, but there we go. I was gonna say, only one extra set of tires, though, is going to be a concern. Let's see. What is this going to end up being for a... So the Joe Gibbs cars are going to be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and now 5th here as Denny Hamlin is going to be going around Kyle Larson here any moment. And here we go. Martin Truex Jr. to the bottom of the racetrack, and he is going to go ahead and pass his teammate Ty Gibbs for the lead here. Ty Gibbs ultimately relinquishes the lead, but as they continue to work their way around here, we're nearly another 100 laps in, so continuing to chug away at the laps here. So that's the first time last week was the first time any team had all 4 drivers lead 50 or more laps each. And they are probably well on their way to potentially doing that again this week. I mean, they've got what? I think Truex needs to get a couple more laps, and I think that they've accomplished that exact same goal again. Maybe they can try and get them each to 100 laps led today. As Bell goes and passes Ty Gibbs. I think Gibbs is pretty close to 100 laps led. Let me see if I can find the laps led total without messing up the screen region for the for everything else here. Let's see, laps led. Martin Truex Jr. and Christopher Bell, yeah, they both still need a ton of laps. Okay, it's not nearly as high as I thought, but yeah, if MTJ can lead for about 25 more laps, then hand the lead over to Bell for about 30. I mean, they could get back to that 50 number pretty easily. Again, getting all 4 of them to lead 100 laps, I don't even think it's mathematically possible at this point. Yeah, but to get to 50, maybe even 75 laps each would be a pretty major step. If they could go ahead and do that, that would be impressive. Alright, so here we go. Now they're highlighting Todd Gilliland, who was slipped back to the 9th position. You had Justin Haley and Kaz Gralla fighting it out for 10th. What kind of alternate reality am I living in that we've got ourselves two Rick Ware racing cars fighting for the top 10 spot with each other? I mean, that is just strange. You got Chris Buescher making his way back through the field. You got Michael McDowell making his way up through the field as well, up into the 18th position. And yeah, right now though, again, we're approaching lap 300, making our way around. Be about 50 laps into this stage here. And there goes Denny Hamlin up into 5th, and that puts the Toyotas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, with John Hunter Nemechek being the only non-in-house Joe Gibbs car to go up there. Oh yeah, I know. Rick Ware Racing even has an IndyCar team. It's not the worst. I mean, I don't know how the IndyCar team is this year or who their driver even is. But oh wow, I'm up to 2nd in the fantasy league. Let's go. Certainly not on pace for a perfect roster or a perfect lineup like I was last week when the Denny Hamlin spin killed my perfect day I had going. So, lap 300. We have now completed 300 laps here. And, man, it is just a absolute juggernaut going on right now. Alright, here we go. And let's say, might even do it at the end of the season if I have any NASCAR fan reward points left. I might go and just do a video where I'm going and having you guys potentially even telling me what to use the points on, because I'm sure I'm going to have some points left over, but say it won't be enough for any of the really cool prizes, I don't think. But here we go. Circuit of the Americas next Sunday, 3:30, and then the Xfinity races on Saturday at 5. I won't be home for the truck race, so I figure I'll mention that again. I mentioned it yesterday during the Bristol truck race. I will not be home for the start of the NASCAR Truck Series race, so I won't be streaming that one, unfortunately, but I will be doing both the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series race, both of which will have SVG in them. So for any of the New Zealand fans who might be tuning in for this one, yeah, next week is your week. You've got two. I'll be streaming both races that have your boy in them with Shane Van Gisbergen. I haven't heard if there's any other drivers that are kind of one-offs for that race. I know Richard Childress had a Brody Kostrecki or something that was going to be coming over. He came over and ran the IndyCar race weekend. But yeah, showing off some of the drivers who have won on St. Patrick's Day in the past. Casey Kane winning it back in 2013. Is that the last time they raced on St. Patrick's Day? Oh wait, no. Kyle Busch won an Xfinity race in. So wow, that is not a lot of races that actually happened on St. Patrick's Day specifically. But honestly, pretty impressed that since 2020 somehow there has not been a new driver to win there's not been a race on St. Patrick's Day, Truck, Xfinity, or Cup. So here we go. Michael McDowell starting to put some pressure on these guys at the back half of the top 10. He's mixing it up with the Rick Ware cars now for 10th place. And we had the 21 there pitting for a unknown issue here. And oh, we got a caution flag flies. Yellow flag is out, and that is for Josh Berry, who has brushed the wall. Not sure if there was any damage and or flat tire that led to that. Chase Elliott also, I believe, went a lap down there as they were coming through, so that was certainly not really all that much in control here. Alright, here we go. Okay, yep, so it looks like Barry had some kind of tire go down because he just did a complete 360 in the middle of nowhere. Although with how steady he's running, maybe he did just get loose, but again, I'm keyed in to just kind of blame the tires at this point for anything that looks strange, which I don't think is necessarily a wrong thing to blame. You got the 4 Joe Gibbs cars, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only team to ever do that in a single race was Hendrick Motorsports with the back in Dover of 2020 or no, was that 2021 or 2022 when Bowman won that race at Dover? I think it was 2022. So you're going to need to run about 50 laps on each set of tires to try and make the tires last so that you don't have to use a set of scuffs. I think most of these teams are already preparing to use a set of scuffs as they go to commercial break here. Go to commercial break under a caution. Not going to a side-by-side, which makes that nice and easy. And here we go. So Noah Gragson went a couple laps down. Stenhouse is 3 down. Harrison Burton pitted under green for tires. Lost 4 laps. Tyler Reddick down 4 laps. Byron lost 7 laps with his broken toe link early in the race. And Zane Smith has been out of the race for a while. Ever since he ran into Tyler Reddick. And yeah, we are just chilling here. Again, this battle of the back markers between or the traditional back markers. You got Rick Ware Racing's Justin Haley and Kaz Gralla fighting with Michael McDowell for position. And I mean, even if you just look at the name, you have Ross Chastain also right there. Obviously, he's driving for a much better team now than back when he did. I could argue though that the Michael McDowell team is way better than the team he used to race for, even though it's the same team, he's just improved them. And even Rick Ware looks like a totally different team today, too. They got another MLB commercial there. Yeah, MLB Saturdays returns on Fox. Looking forward to covering some of those updates there. And seeing a post about apparently the Steelers already looking to try and extend Russell Wilson potentially, or talking about extending him at the end of the season. Alright, here we go. And coming down onto pit road, and we got ourselves a lot of really rough cars, just kind of looking very bumpy there. Oh, Hamlin wins the race off pit road, passing all three Joe Gibbs teammates. Truex loses 4 spots. And one of the Stewart Haas guys went for a little bit of a tumble, but he looks okay. So here we go. Alright, another full screen commercial break. Here we go. So yeah, we got a pretty good race going. I mean, nothing really too terrible, just a nice solid day. But yeah, right now we're just chilling. 70 laps into the final stage. We got a little over we got exactly 180 to go. There we go, there's the different winners. Larson in Vegas, Byron from the 500, Suarez at Atlanta, Bell in Phoenix, and unknown here in Bristol, because we don't know who's going to win this one yet. Looks like it's going to be a, not sure why they're scoring Truex ahead of Larson. Not sure if that was a scoring error at the race off pit road, because Larson beat Truex off the pit road according to the race off pit road graphic that they showed. Let's see. So you see cords on the 54, but it looks like the other Joe Gibbs cars are fine, so it looks like maybe Ty Gibbs is just running more aggressively than the others. There we go, they're doubled up, lights are off on the pace car, and we're ready to go back racing. So, yep, there we go. Joe Gibbs Racing 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm curious, does Bell absolutely just check up the 5 car to try and get all 3 of his teammates through on the top side? Potentially all 4, because there's a John Hunter Nemechek car is also up there. And, yep, there we go. Kyle Larson is gonna have to try and find a way around Bell, but Bell not gonna completely check him up. And here we go. We're looking at potentially, we were looking for a moment at maybe 3 wide there, but there we go. Ty Gibbs able to clear his teammates. He comes down in front, and Ty Gibbs once again just running super aggressively here. I mean, Ty Gibbs is the most aggressive driver out here right now. I mean, he's the only one that I think doesn't understand the fact that your tires will not last if you keep driving like that. Whereas the rest of the drivers who are kind of just hanging out in a single file line roughly, being like, I mean, we can run harder, but then we won't have enough tires. And in particular, if I'm most of these teams, I would have put away I would have hidden that extra set. Try and work the race, pretending that we don't have that extra set. Just make sure that somebody knows to alert me when we have a caution late in the race. Late enough that we might look at it, but yeah, I mean, if I'm the... Oh, yep, there we go. New track record for lead changes. We've now had 41 confirmed lead changes. But yeah, if I'm one of the crew chiefs here, I'm telling one of the pit crew guys, go take one of those sets of tires, hide them away so that I don't remember that they're there, and basically work the strategy as if you have one less set of tires, and just be like, and just have somebody have their alert on their phone for like when you hit 50 or 30 to go to be like, hey, next caution flag, we're putting on our safety stickers. I mean, I think that would work, and certainly if I'm one of these teams, I want to make sure I have that extra set. The problem is if you if you end up having those tires left over at the end, you'll look like an idiot because of that. But if I was the crew chief in this situation, both me and whoever hired me would already be an idiot. So, because they should not have hired me for a crew chief, I don't think. I mean, Patrick can probably speak to that more because I've crew chief for him on a couple of occasions on iRacing and NASCAR Heat 5. But, so far, Zane Smith is the only actual retiree from the race, though, which is actually pretty impressive that all the other 35 cars are all still on track and circulating here. Which is also pretty impressive that we somehow haven't had lap traffic yet. Despite all the action from the guys on the track here. You got Justin Haley up to 9th place. You got him going to 8th here. He's now making a pass on Keselowski for 7th. Where could Justin Haley end up going? Could he pass Truex for 6th here? Okay, it looks like he's going to get in line in about 7th place here. I'm curious to see, though, how high can McDowell go if he really tried to push through? But, yeah. So, again, I don't know what the crew chiefs are planning, but I say only 4 cars off the lead lap right now. You got Stenhouse, Burton, 2 laps down, then Reddick 3 laps down, then Byron we've talked about, he's multiple laps down as well. So, yep. That would have definitely been... I would have even started planning that from, like, the 2nd or 3rd tire-related problem that we had. That would have been my immediate plan to try and go and find something to do. Because, again, if you can preserve that extra set of tires through whatever method, you could end up looking like a genius at the end of this thing if you're the last team that has a set. Just kind of all comes down to when you decide to put that set on and if you think you're not going to get another chance to put them on. But right now, the battle between Gibbs, Hamlin, and Bell at the front of the field. I mean, Ty Gibbs is just dominating this one. He's won both stages. He's on pace for potentially a max points day here. It's been a minute since we saw a driver from that Joe Gibbs team go and get a max points day. And I think Larson may have gone and gotten max points. I was going to say last time we saw a driver go and get max points, it's been a while. But no, I think Larson may have done that at Vegas a couple weeks ago. But for the Joe Gibbs team specifically, it's been a while since we've seen a driver go and drive for the cycle. But there we go. William Byron working his way through the field right now. I don't know if he's got a fresh set of tires while the rest of them are on scuffs or something, but as I say, Byron is working his way through the field, and we know he's multiple laps down, so he might be trying to earn one of those laps back on merit, but I don't know. That's going to take a lot of work to try and get himself back up into contention for a earned lap back, I guess we could call it. But here we go. Let's see. Go. We got ourselves a pretty, if we can just lock in and go for a nice long run here, just keep this thing green. Problem is, again, the tire wear, and that will be the challenge for the end of this race. Describe the race without using the word tire or tire management. Like, even just give them the full phrase. Just don't use the term tire management. And it would be a tough one. And as I say, if anyone can type out a description of this race so far without using the words tire management, I'd like to see it. I don't think it's possible, but if someone can come up with a summary of the first 349 laps here, if someone can do that without using the word tire, I will be very impressed. Now, you can use it to describe okay, caution came out for a tire, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's really tough to figure out, okay, how much is too much to make it way too easy. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one though. 351 laps down. You got, you're at 150 to go here. And again, the fact that we haven't lapped a ton of people, that's the biggest surprise to me, is the fact that we've got 35 other cars circulating on the track, and we haven't really seen much for lap traffic today. I mean, in particular, when we talk about lap traffic, I'm usually thinking okay, we're catching lap traffic in 5 to 10 laps, but not today. It doesn't seem like we're just running around, no lap traffic anywhere in sight. And let's see, I am currently second on the leaderboard. Let me see where I am in the league season standings, because I know I've had a really rough season up to this point. I am 13th on the season. Where did I finish at Phoenix? Okay, so I got a 6th place finish at Phoenix, which was my first time having a decent finish. So I finished 16th at Vegas, 13th at Atlanta, and where did I finish at Daytona? 14th. So I finished 14th at Daytona, 13th at Atlanta, 16th at Vegas, and then finally got a top 10 at Phoenix last week, where I could have had a potential perfect a perfect roster, but ultimately that late caution, or not late caution, but the late spin from Hamlin, which I think did end up becoming a caution, really messed it up. So here we go, and now they're showing the NASCAR regional series, like the Whelen Modifieds up here in New England. That is those are some really cool looking race cars. If you ever wanted to see just a pure horsepower machine, look no further than the Whelen Modified series. Like, those things are just big block engines and not much else. So here we go. And say again, Ty Gibbs. How many laps is Ty Gibbs up to now? He's got to be closing in on. Yeah, he's past the 100 mark. He's led 108 laps today. Some drivers haven't even completed 100. Maybe every. I don't know. It'll come down to where Zane Smith finished, but 35 of the drivers have completed way more than 100 laps. So the first 3 races of the season, Toyota hadn't gotten a single stage win or a race win. Oh, and we got contact with the fence, and that's Noah Gragson into the wall, but no caution yet. We're going to have to wait and see, but there goes Noah Gragson losing a lap, and we're going to have to wait and see if this ends up blowing a tire. So you got into the fence pretty good, but they have officially caught lap traffic for the first time today. Ty Gibbs in the 54 goes up the track. You got Hamlin to the bottom trying to make something happen here. Let's see, there we go. Hamlin is going to go ahead and take the reins from the 54 and see if he can find his way through the traffic a little bit better. He'll lead the young Ty Gibbs through. Kyle Larson is also up into the top 4. He's finally cracked that Joe Gibbs egg. Potentially going to stop Joe Gibbs from matching Hendrick's history on that teams that have gotten a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. Which is a very prestigious one to go ahead and get that one. So yeah, we actually have a pretty good day going here though. And there we go. Denny Hamlin goes to the outside here. He's going to try and make something work. 42 different lead changes, 14 different leaders, and 28 cars still maintain on the lead lap there as... that was just... Oh, we got a caution! Spin! Yellow, 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 and cars going everywhere trying to avoid as Stenhouse and Cindric end up twisted in that right in front of the leaders. Not sure what happened. Let's see. Okay. So leaders are weaving their way through. Not sure what happened to Todd Gilliland. That was the thing that really surprised me, was seeing Todd Gilliland going a lap down. And then, yeah, the 2 car just wipes out the 45 right in front of him, it looks like. I mean, that was weird. But, yeah, Cindric just shoots up the inside and gets into Stenhouse and wipes him out. So, yeah, here we go. And, yeah, the 2 car just came right up the track. Nothing Ricky Stenhouse did wrong. He was just wrong place, wrong time. And, yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets spun out like that, loses a lap, and he is going to be struggling to recover. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Alright, 370 laps down. We are chugging our way through this one. Again, 130 to go here. 130 laps to go. If we can get to 100 laps to go, this will be interesting. Alright, let's see. Ryan Blaney actually up into the top 5. That's not doing too badly there. Let's go. Alright, let's see. But yeah, this caution definitely is going to save a lot of the other cars who were going and getting lapped right there. Because, I mean, while those two go a lap down, the rest of them that were not caught yet are going to get a chance to restart right at the back of the field and not have to worry about them. Alright, let's see. So, Concrete Bristol races, let's say, looking at the last several Concrete Bristol races, 20th or worse in 3 straight Bristol Concrete races for Kyle Busch. That is definitely a stat there. I did not realize he'd had that much trouble. I mean, I knew he hadn't had a great finish in the night races, but yeah, it's one of those things where it just seems weird. And obviously the shifting team from Joe Gibbs to RCR was already in full swing when he made that final start in the 18 at Bristol. Because that's the biggest thing is if you look back to 2021, sure, that was a bad year for Kyle Busch. Then 2022, he was getting kicked out of his ride, so the team didn't necessarily provide him the best equipment, I'm sure. Then you've got 2023 where he's on a lesser team. I mean, I can explain away all of Kyle Busch's bad finishes at Bristol, but it doesn't change the fact that they were poor finishes. There we go. Hamlin, Bell gains a spot. Gibbs drops back one. Larson maintains. Truex. That will be 5th. The 5th car in line here. So yeah, I mean, I just don't know what on earth happened there. That's the second stupid wreck that Cindric's been involved in. He was involved in the one on pit road with Brad Keselowski too, but there we go. Alright, I'm going to go use the bathroom one last time before we get dialed in for the final 125 laps, and I will be right back, guys. Going to just go ahead and run a quick ad, because I don't know when the last time I actually ran one was. are here, ready for this one. Let's go. Alright, 125 to go, and let's send them into the corner 5 wide and probably have another caution within 10 laps. Let's see. Oh, they're talking with the Goodyear director of racing here, trying to understand what's different and why the racetrack is behaving differently this weekend than it did a year ago. It's the same package, same tire combination. Obviously, the difference is the resin was placed on the groove. I mean, they say the... Okay, so they used the resin instead of the PJ1. But I thought they did away with the PJ1 and only started using the resin in, like... I thought they made that change around, like, 2019, because I hadn't heard about PJ1 being used in a long while. I've heard them using resin for, like, the last 4 or 5 years now. That shouldn't have been a new change, or at least I didn't think it should have been. But, yeah, that resin's pretty well gone at this point. But the tire issues are not, as we are getting ready here. And in particular, the amount of marbles at the top of that track is just ridiculous. I mean, I remember Bristol, where you could actually go and run up at the top of the racetrack for a decent chunk of the race. And up there's too many marbles up there now to go ahead and do anything with. I mean, the guys even on the top side of the racetrack don't want to spend more than like 2 minutes up on 2 minutes up on the top of the racetrack. They're all immediately just trying to get clear, get down the inside, and get it done. Here we go. Hamlin, Bell, Gibbs, and Truex here. We go. Pace cars off. We are back to racing. Green, green, green. Green flags out. Hamlin, Bell, Truex, Gibbs. Who from that Toyota camp will be able to emerge victorious here in Bristol? So there we go. We go green with 120 laps to go here. 120 to go, and let's see. Can the 20 car hold on here? Let's see. I think that 54 car is just in another category all its own tonight. The only question is whether or not the calmer pace from the others is potentially going to yield a better result because of the tire limits. Because if Gibbs runs out of tires before his 3 other teammates do, that could be a problem. Let's see. Justin Haley up into the top 6. He's trying to make a pass here. If he can get by Blaney here, he might have a shot to try and compete with Keselowski for the 5th position. Let's go. Making some decent runs. Alright, let's see. Again, we're going to say... So, Haley was able to make that pass happen. Now, Michael McDowell up into the top 7. He's going to try and make a pass here on Haley for 6th. He's not going to just let Justin Haley have that one. He's going to make Haley work for it. And now Michael McDowell can go and try and make a pass on Brad Keselowski for the 6th position. Let's go. Michael McDowell just showed up and is like, I'm going to go ahead and one-up you here, Justin Haley. I'm going to run down and pass the guy that you were just struggling to pass. Alright, let's see. Again, we're closing in on the 100 lap to go mark, which is the big point in this race. Right now, I mean, again, it's just kind of waiting to see when's the last caution going to fall here. So far, Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell both looking very strong here. And let's see, what's it going to be? Keselowski in 5th here again. He's trying to hold off a bunch of hard-charging guys from behind it. Basically just want to go ahead and prove that they can pass a NASCAR Cup champion, I think. Although, granted, they all did that when they passed Blaney a few laps earlier, but I guess a veteran champion, considering Blaney's the current champion. I don't know, though. I'd rather pass the reigning champion than some guy who won a championship like a decade ago. And in fact, wow, I just realized Brad Keselowski's championship was over a decade ago. I mean, come on, man. That feels like it should not be that long ago, but it is. So is Jimmy Johnson's 6th title. Is officially last year became officially a decade old, and man, Blaney is having no luck of it with the grip in the middle of the track here, as he just continues to get moved around here by the as the 12 of Blaney. I mean, here you go. Let's see. Again, right now the Joe Gibbs cars are taking off in the 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots. The biggest thing right now is the fall of Ryan Blaney all the way back to the 20th position, as he's battling back and forth right now with Austin Dillon to desperately hold on to that spot inside the top 20. And here we go. Ty Gibbs back to the lead of the race. Let's see. What is the laps led for Hamlin? Hamlin's led 90. Okay. Again, theoretically, they could, if they can start feeding laps to Bell here, potentially, Bell could make this a second race in a row where they got 50-plus laps led. Which would be a very much a first for them, but yeah, there's no chance of all 4 drivers getting 50 laps next week. I was gonna say, I don't think, how many laps even are they running at Circuit of the Americas? Let me see. Full schedule. 68 laps. So yeah, there's not enough laps for they have enough laps for one driver to go and get their 50 laps. Oh wow, Kyle Larson with a penalty on the last pit stop for an uncontrolled tire there that ended up interfering with another team stop. Let's see. Ryan Blaney down to 24th here, and we're starting to see the field getting spread out. Could Ty Gibbs end up catching the back of the field a lot quicker than he has in the past couple of runs? And if so, he's definitely on the charge. We're just going to have to wait and see if he can hold on to this one. Justin Haley got back around Michael McDowell. Those two fighting it out pretty hardly for... Alright, here we go. There goes the 42. 42 at Nemechek going and making a pass here on Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell losing another spot there. McDowell down to 8th. Nemechek is up to 7th here. I'm going to say that. The biggest question mark here is what does Justin Haley do in that 51 car? So here we go. Alright, let's see. Who's the top Chevy? Top Chevy in the race right now is Alex Bowman in 12th. Wow. Like, there is no Chevy appearance today. Like, the Chevys are just out to lunch, I guess, at the short tracks. Let's see. Now we got Gibbs coming up on the leaders, or on the back of the pack. He's gonna try and lap some of these guys. So yeah, last week he got his best career finish at Phoenix, finish of a 3rd. His average finish to start the year in 8.8, the best of any driver. I mean, Ty Gibbs is on a roll here to start the 2024 season. Could be potentially building towards a very good season here for Ty Gibbs as he's closing in on the back bumper of Stenhouse yet again. We all know what happened the last time these guys got close to the back bumper of Stenhouse. Cindric ended up coming flying in and wiped him out. But no Cindric this time as they go and just lap him nice and calmly here. So let's see. Still only one car out the race. $86 laps to go, and again, right now this has been an absolute Toyota domination show. I mean, there's not much, not many other ways to kind of put that one. Like, I mean, the fact that Reddick got knocked out as early as he did, helps it. And as it helps this one a lot here. Alright, let's see. What do we got? 83 to go. Here we go. So the NASCAR Cup Series has 82 laps to go. 80. Come on, man. We're so close to the end of this race. I'm curious to see, are we going to see another caution flag fly here for something? Could McDowell potentially go and... Alright, let's see. Again, right now there's just not much competition on the track. I mean, Gibbs and Bell are running together, but for the most part, they're willing to work together. They're not trying to pass each other too aggressively right now. They're all just kind of working together. Alright, let's see. And here we go. As they're going through lap traffic, there's Austin Cindric. And, I mean, Bell is close enough that if Bell wanted to, he could probably put a move on Ty Gibbs, but Ty Gibbs wouldn't exactly like it, and there's no real reason to do it right now. Coming back from the side-by-side, you got 77 laps to go, and here we go. Let's see. Bell pops out of line to let the 11 car by. Alright, let's see. Again, right now. Oh, here we go. The 11 of Denny Hamlin to the top of the racetrack, but not able to get by him as the 38 tries to put a block on the 11 here, trying to make this one a very tough pass, but ultimately, there we go. Yep, the 38 gets in the way of the 54. Alright, let's see. Here comes, oh, wow. They're lapping Logano now? Oh, boy. They've lapped Blaney. Ryan Blaney has fallen off the pace so far. He's now getting lapped. That is exceedingly strange to see him go a full lap down here. And 55 laps, you're starting to enter unknown territory with these tires, but you've gone far enough on them theoretically that you could pit here and be part of on pace to make it to the end of the race. I don't know if I think you're officially there on fuel. I think the goal would be for you to go about another 10, maybe 15 laps on the tires to try and get that one. Oh, yep, there we go. There goes Josh Berry, who was just on pit road. I'm not sure if that was part of the plan to try and make that one happen, but we'll pretend it's part of the plan and make it to the end of the race in contention to win the race. Alright, let's see. And there goes, there goes the 4, or not the 4, the 6 of Brad Keselowski going by the 54. I don't know what happened to Ty Gibbs. He must have just got stuck in some really bad traffic or something, because he has now lost over 5 seconds to his teammates. So yeah, there we go. Larson in 20th place is now 1 lap down, so the leaders are definitely starting to lap some of the important cars in this race. I'm definitely starting to get worried here. Alex Bowman up to 4th place here as he passes Ty Gibbs. I mean, the Chevys are starting to emerge. They're starting to close in on the front of the field. I would not have advised anyone of a rise like that one. Alright, let's see. Josh Berry and Blaney. Those are the two. I gotta figure out what on earth is going on with them, because I definitely benched the wrong guy when I didn't bench Blaney again. I mean, I'm only in 7th. It's not terrible, but I'm a ways off of Will's team. Will is having a great day. Who's he got? Okay, Ty Gibbs, Keselowski. Okay, he had Allman there. That's kind of the one thing holding his lineup back. Buescher and Bell. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good lineup there. His bench is Bubba Wallace. Fair enough. And there we go. They have now they're lapping almost everybody here. Are we going to see the entire field potentially go a lap down here? I mean, the 54 Ty Gibbs is even 12 seconds behind the leaders, and that is a prime spot for potentially going a lap down here. 62 laps to go. 61 more times around. We're going to see 61 laps potentially without a... And I say the tire issues seem to be more or less fixed here, but again, you just wonder, when is that next shoe going to drop? Alright, let's see. And here comes Bell to pit road. Christopher Bell coming down pit road for a green flag stop. So they must have figured that, hey, this is time. We got to try and make something happen. Alright, let's see. You know, everybody's pitted slightly different laps here, but Bowman, Elliott, they've been making their way to the front pretty effectively here. And now the 11 is going to be on the back bumper of that 8 car here soon for that lead lap pass there for Ty Gibbs. Alright, let's see. And again, right now, Ty Gibbs the last car on the lead lap here, 17 seconds behind the pace, which is way slower than what we're used to seeing out of Hamlin. Alright, let's see. Let's see. So here comes Buescher to pit road. Buescher's getting 4 tires and fuel. Again, I think everybody's going to have to pit, but the question is, when are they going to pit, and is there going to be another tire issue? Alright, let's see. Ty gives the lap down. Now everybody but John Hunter Nemechek on up is currently a lap down. Now it's Elliott, Bowman, because, wow, literally 5 cars left on the lead lap. Let's see. Again, like, this race has been, the green flag run here has actually been pretty good. I mean, it's a little drawn out here as, oh, here we go. Denny Hamlin coming to pit road, and that hands the lead and the field over to Martin Truex Jr. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Truex is trying to make it work as the last car on the lead lap. Here we go. There goes the 19 of Truex is coming to pit road, and that's going to unlap a lot of people here. So Truex, Hamlin both pit here, and let's see what's going to happen. Alright, let's see. And there goes Brad Keselowski. Him and Bowman, the last two who had resisted the... Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. Again, this race is just, it's dragged on quite a bit, which is a little surprising that we made it 77 laps without a tire issue. I mean, I'm not complaining. Oh, whoa! Kylebusch, I don't know what happened there, but he just sent one of his own pit crew guys up and over the hood. Hopefully the guy's okay, but yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if he just let his foot off the brake or something, and the car wasn't in neutral, I guess. Let's see. Denny Hamlin has now managed a 2-second advantage here. We got 46 laps left in this race, and it just doesn't feel like there's anything left. Unless there's a caution flag, I don't really see how we get any more drama in this race. Josh Berry has cycled back out to the top 5. How on earth has he cycled back out to the top 5? I'm back to the I'm now the highest points earner in the fantasy league. What on earth has happened here? I mean, I guess my bets of let me see. So yeah, my bets of Barry and Keselowski must have just. Oh yeah, and Larson Hamlin as well. Those two are tied for second right there with MTJ. I mean, it's not a perfect lineup, but it's about as close as I could have gotten to it. And hey, I'm glad I benched Kyle Busch, because he would not be helping me the same way Josh Berry or Ryan Blaney would. Although Ryan Blaney right now in all the way back in 18th is certainly not helping me the way I wish he was. If Truex could just have some sort of... Could the next tire problem be given to Martin Truex Jr. by any chance? Does anyone know anyone that could go and just add a tire issue to Truex's day? Or even just make him feel like he's got a tire going down. That way he pits an extra time. Although I think he would just let it go and let it go flat on the track. Because... Alright, let's see. Alright, gonna go ahead and clean the glasses just a bit here while we are not expecting a ton of action here. We got 39 laps to go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? 38 laps to go, and again, Hamlin's just driving away with this one. I mean, as I say, my pick of Kyle Busch on the fantasy league is definitely not looking like a very smart choice, but it was more of a choice of, are you kidding me? They're actually going to lap up to Elliott in 11th place, might even lap Bowman in 10th. If Hamlin laps the field, like, how much of the field could Hamlin realistically lap here? If he could lap, say, Nemechek in 7th, if we could lap, like, could Buescher possibly get lapped? I'm just looking at this. I mean, theoretically, I think even Larson, who's currently 5th place, could end up getting lapped. What is the least amount of cars left on the lead lap in a race? At least lately. I mean, I'd have to take a look at the stats, but it's been a while since we saw everybody but the top 10 on the lead lap. I mean, especially when it wasn't due to attrition, because I know there was a couple of races where we had like 6 cars finish the race because the rest were all torn up. But yeah, right now though, oh, here we go. Martin Truex Jr. has entered the picture here as Denny Hamlin has some trouble with a lap car. I believe that was Corey LaJoy. Hamlin had some trouble there, and that has opened the door. Martin Truex Jr. is right in the middle of this fight once again. And I say they are lapping Elliott now, and now they are going to try and get around the 7 of LaJoy. Alright, let's see. Again, right now it's just a matter of time before these two leaders start going and putting the rest of the field a lap down. As of right now, it's just the 10. Yeah, it's just the top 10 on the lead lap here. I just can't believe what kind of race this race turned into after the way it started. Alright, let's see. I mean, right now, Hamlin's got the lead, and he's just managing this one at this point. I mean, yeah, he did not want Truex this close, but Truex being this close is not really necessarily a bad thing. Now, where on earth, what happened to Ty Gibbs? Ty Gibbs must have had trouble on the pit stop, I'm assuming, because no idea where he is. Okay, Ty Gibbs in 14th right now. I mean, that's not bad, but it's just... compared to where he was running, he is way off the pace here. Let's see, 26 laps to go. Again, we're just making our way through this one. We're logging laps. I mean, Truex is close, but he's not going to go ahead and jeopardize his teammate and their 1-2 finish at this point in the race. Maybe when it's officially 1 lap to go, he'll go and make a move, but until then, I think he's just going to wait. Watch him wait and make the move at the right time here. But Bowman, the 10th place driver, is just ahead of these guys. The last 5 Bristol concrete winners, you had Keselowski, Harvick, Larson, Buescher, and Denny Hamlin. So, I'm going to say 5 different winners in the last 5 races here. Martin Truex Jr. hasn't gotten a top 5 finish since Michigan last year. Coming down the stretch of the regular season, he got a top 5 at Michigan, and that was his last top 5? That is alarming here. I mean, honestly, if I'm MTJ, I'm just very happy to get a second place finish here. I'll run right behind Hamlin at that point. But I don't think that's going to be the case here. We're going to have to wait and see, but right now it's definitely looking like the Denny Hamlin show here. 20 laps to go and no sign of a caution flag. I'm going to say, just saw some fire coming out the tailpipes of one of those cars. And so that seems to be kind of common, though, when they go and shift. Alright, let's see. What's it going to be? We've been 35 laps on the tires, and there we go. Martin Truex Jr. takes advantage of a momentary slip, a lapse of judgment there for Denny Hamlin, and Denny Hamlin goes and gets passed by Martin Truex Jr. So Truex to the lead here. Let's see, what can Truex do at this point? I mean, they've double-lapped the field up to Suarez in 19th. Again, you're just double-lapping everybody right now. Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain. Michael McDowell's even in jeopardy of getting double-lapped now. But, yeah, right now they are just charging through a ton of the field. Let's see again. Hamlin got back ahead of Truex there at one point. Okay. Good on Hamlin to have made that pass somewhat effortlessly, and we've got 54 lead changes. That is ironic. And there we go. Briscoe has been lapped, and now that leaves 9 cars on the lead lap. And Christopher Bell is the next lead lap car to get passed. And here we go. Hamlin has gotten to Briscoe. Or not to Briscoe, to Bell, I mean. He's gotten to Bell. He's now lapping his teammate here. And we got 13, now 12 laps to go. 12 more times around. We've got about 3 minutes left in this race. And this one is going to be a close one between 2 drivers. But they have put on an absolute clinic down the stretch here. So there we go. They've now double-lapped Austin Dillon here. Next up on the double-lapping table, it'll be double-lapping Blaney that we're going to have to wait and see. But, yeah. Oh, okay, so 54 is now the most lead changes in any short track race of all time. Not just here, but any NASCAR short track race in history. I mean, history has been made. It is a crazy stat, and the way that we did it was odd, but man, it is history. And Josh Berry seems to be starting to fall back. Please tell me that's not gonna kill my fantasy day. I'm currently floating about 7 points ahead of Daryl for the top spot. I will be stoked if I can win this week. Let's go. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., this fight for the lead. They've got 7 to go here. It's coming down to the checkers here. It's gonna be a fight for the win. Let's see. Oh no, they're talking about Barry having corded tires potentially. Please just don't pit if you can at all avoid it. Like, Barry, you can go a lap down. They've lapped up to 5th place. They have gotten to 5th. Can they get to Bowman and Larson by the end of this one? 5 laps to go. 5 more times around. I don't see any way they can lap Bowman or Larson at this point. I don't see any reason why they would lap Bowman or Bowman or Larson at this point. I mean, I guess if they had the opportunity to, they would love to, but imagine what a caution flag right now would do. Just saying. Not trying to manifest something, but imagine if, say, I don't know, Martin Truex Jr. were to have a tire go flat. Or even, again, trying not to find random drivers that I actually quite like. Trying to, imagine if John Hunter Nemechek just had a tire go flat. Oh, that'd be actually really bad there. I like the NASCAR Cup field too much here. As I say, 2 laps to go, and it's gonna be, as long as they can get back to the white flag here without incident, it looks like it's gonna be a very dominant day for Toyota as they round turn 4, and it's gonna be white flag, and Hamlin has got the lead, and it is gonna be a Denny Hamlin win here in Bristol, assuming no tires go down here on the 11 car as he goes and laps Briscoe to double lap Briscoe here, and Denny Hamlin will win this race here. Denny Hamlin wins it. There we go, 2 in a row for Toyota. Martin Truex Jr. comes up 2nd, 3rd Keselowski, 4th Bowman, 5th Larson, the last car on the lead lap. The top 5 is all that there was on the lead lap. That is rare. Nemechek, 6th. 7th, Buescher. 8th, Chase Elliott. 9th, Ty Gibbs, the 2-time stage winner here today. Oh, and Martin Truex Jr. just went and ran into the door to go and say congratulations to him. And I say, Hamlin's last victory came at this track last fall. Christopher Bell, by the way, rounding out your top 10 here today. And, that was a very dominating race. I mean, it was hard to make that last bit interesting, aside from the question mark of, is there going to be tire issues? But, here we go. Let's see. 210th win for Joe Gibbs as an owner. And that is a big win there for them. I mean, again, top 5 was all that was left on the lead lap. I mean, I'm just impressed there. And here we go. There's the burnout. And, if you guys stayed just for the race, for the race reaction, thank you guys for tuning in. As we always do, we are going to go through the full finishing order. So if you want to know where your favorite driver finished, stay tuned. But if you guys were just here for that, hit the like button and subscribe. We'll be back next week for both Xfinity and Cup. Again, I won't be home for the NASCAR truck race on Saturday, so it'll only be 2 streams next week. But we go road course racing at Circuit of the Americas. But so we already talked about the top 10. Gonna quickly recap them: Hamlin, Truex, Keselowski, Bowman, and Larson, Nemechek, Buescher, Elliott, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell rounding out the top 10. Michael McDowell, 11th. Honestly, that is a big thing for Michael McDowell. Josh Berry comes home 12th here. He is the last car, only one lap down. Briscoe got double lap there right as they were coming across the checker. But honestly, the fact that they had 3 Stewart-Haas cars in the top 15 is pretty impressive. Briscoe, 13th. Ryan Preece, 14th. Ross Chastain rounds out the top 15 in 15th place, 2 laps down. Ryan Blaney comes home 16th. Justin Haley 17th. 18th for Daniel Suarez. 19th for Kaz Grala. And rounding out your top 20 here tonight is Eric Jones. 21st for Corey LaJoie. 22nd was Joey Logano, fitting, in the 22 car. Finishes 22nd. AJ Allmendinger, 23rd. 24th for Austin Dillon. 25th today for Kyle Busch. 26th for Todd Gilliland. 27th for Carson Hocevar. 28th for Daniel Hemrick. 29th for Bubba Wallace. And rounding out your top 30 is his teammate in the 2311 camp, Tyler Reddick. Austin Cindric comes home 31st, 5 laps off the pace. Harrison Burton comes home 32nd. 33rd for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 34th for Noah Gragson. 35th for William Byron. And the one and only retiree of the race, Zane Smith, comes home 36th and 308 laps behind the race. So that is the full rundown of this race. Come back tomorrow for a abbreviated recap of this race. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Livestream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!